and now
It's
I'm
episode
live.
59.
Yes,
Yes.
episode 59, and I'm playing Pokemon again.
Yep.
Bitch.
The internal battery has run dry. The
yeah,
game can be played.
we're-
However, clock-based events will no longer occur. Yes, I am aware of that.
Isn't there like
See,
a
mine-
fixed mod that you can put on the ROMs where it'll do it anyway?
Dude, mine is tied to the fucking, computer clock.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Although, it's not tied to it exactly, because I've used the fast-forward function so much, it now thinks it's 5:41 a.m.
Okay, I'm just
Whoa.
making sure that it's capturing desktop audio because I still remember that one Paper Mario stream.
Well, that one Paper Mario stream was not the issue with the desktop audio. Oh, the issue was that you had, the game volume up so high that nobody could hear us.
No, that wasn't it. And no, it was the fact that no audio on either of our ends was recording.
Oh yeah, that'll fucking do it then.
Okay, so...
Manager, my beloved generator. Keep pumping the electricity out. Okay, so I am going to have to relearn what the fuck I was doing in this game.
Okay, did you end up going to the power generator?
Yes, the power plant is back on.
Okay, so now you can access... So now go to the radio tower in Lavender Town, and you can get a radio card for Kanto, and then you could go to the Diglett's Cave in Vermilion City so that you can gain access to Pewter City by playing the Pokeflute and awakening the Snorlax.
Okay.
Yes,
Forget, the Snorlax is 110
and before you ask,
damage,
yes, you
right?
do have to fight the Snorlax.
Okay, then, right. If you didn't like, I forget, was it late?
Oh my
Okay,
god,
let's
it's a
do
level
more.
15 Raticate. It's fucking dead.
Oh, right, the levels
Raticate
don't
is pretty
scale
cool,
up.
man. I don't know why that hate.
Oh, right, the levels don't scale up, right.
Yeah, this isn't like the Gen 2 remake.
Oh my god, it's a level 15 Goldeen, and it's also dead.
Yeah.
They literally just took the levels from the first game and just they put it in.
Yeah, like I said, for OG Gen 2, there is no proper level scaling for your progress from Johto to Kanto. Oh, but that's fixed in the remake.
Out of curiosity, is Gizmo gonna fight the gym leaders in order, or is he
Oh.
going?
I'll tell
gonna
you
be
a
fighting
secret, but
order.
first we battle. Hiker Sydney wants to battle. Hiker
Okay.
Sydney
You
sent
know,
out
the classic, the classic order, Brock,
a level 34 Doug trio.
Well, I'm just like I
Oh,
said,
I'm sorry, but you're about 20 levels too low for me.
I'm just telling Alex what he can do with the gym leaders in the classic order once he gets access to Pewter City.
And they're fucking dead. You are dead. He's about to use an Onyx.
Okay, so we
Let's see.
so we talked.
You know what? I'm going to I'm going to pull out my my fire type because I'm a massive troll.
Okay, so
I have more than one fire type, but
okay,
So
so I believe we've got a couple things to talk about.
yes, we do. One of the things which I so actually here we man, we should have made a rundown of things that happened this week because a lot of things happened this week. I'm just gonna Google news right now.
Someone's suggesting I make it a no items.
Urza.
I'm like, I'm going to have to tell you.
Yourself?
Yeah, there's been a massive wildfire in Maui.
I
So
heard,
that's
yeah.
that fucking sucks. Conspiracy
apparently
theorists
it's so-
believe
so-
it was lasers and not, good old-fashioned fire.
Right,
Yeah.
sure. Apparently, the fire was so severe and dangerous that when they try to pick up the dead bodies, they just fall apart in people's hands.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So
anybody who's watched Bones knows what fire can do to a dead body.
most people watch Bones. I think most people only watch Bones for Hugh Laurie.
Hugh Laurie was not on Bones.
Oh, never mind. Then I'm being stupid. That's House.
No. Yeah, he was in House MD. Yeah.
I'm thinking a
No,
lot
Bones was Emily Deschanel and David Boreanaz, and David Boreanaz would be a very good reason to watch that show.
Considering his lackluster performance as Squall in Kingdom Hearts 1, I'm inclined to disagree.
David Boreanaz played Angel in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and, you know, well, he was really fucking good in Bones, so... And Angel, and Buffy, so, you know.
Again...
Yes, she is. She is Zoe's older sister. And Zoe Deschanel is also... She was not only in the show New Girl, she was also in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy movie, alongside a certain Hobbit.
Yep.
And a certain Professor.
Yep.
And the narrator of that film was Stephen Fry. I could have been coy about it, but it's Stephen Fry.
And thanks for all the fish. And
Oh
suddenly,
my god, Raichu took away a whole 17 health points with a critical hit.
Oh yeah.
GTFO with that critical hit. Oh, and also the actor...
It's not very effective, and I wiped out 5/6 of her health bar.
Full stealing, man.
Anyway, as I was saying...
Fuck you, man.
Rest in peace to the
yeah,
guy
sorry,
who
go
voice
ahead.
acted Dale from King of the Hill.
Yeah.
Yes. There have been a couple of big voice actor deaths recent. Well, one of which we found out recently, and one of which was actually recent. And so, yeah, Dale Gribble from King of the Hill has died, and I just hope that he got his audio recorded for the revival before he passed, because otherwise, you know, it's just not going to be the same without a member of the main cast like that.
Especially a part of the main cast like that.
Okay, I really want to say something about the possibility of there being a King of the Hill reboot. They've been talking about it for over a decade. I don't know that it's going to happen.
Well,
They
they
said that they were
announced
in-
that it was happening.
Yeah, they even said that it was in the works, but the fact that they have not one but two of the
Let me pull
main
this up
cast
here.
now gone, it's a high possibility
Revival.
that it's high. It's not just a possibility; it's like a requirement that they just stop at this point because
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
not only
Last
did
year
you-
they said,
They'll
Yep,
probably use
okay,
AI.
January of this year, a revival on Hulu was officially confirmed and ordered. Everybody. So everybody, excuse me, it has been. So Mike Judge, Najimy, Root, Adlon, Hardwick, and Tom are all expected to reprise their roles, but Murphy and Petty, having died, they haven't stated whether. So apparently, when Johnny Hardwick died, he hadn't recorded any audio for it.
Yeah, at this point you gotta
Ooh.
stop.
At this
Yeah.
point, I'm thinking this is probably a good idea. Kind of just call it.
Yeah, just quit while you're ahead, and just explain
Well, that was-
that one of our guys wasn't
Well, that
able
was
to
what-
record any audio, so
Well, that was the thing with the Galaxy Quest movie. Well, the Galaxy Quest sequel
TV show.
and TV show they were planning, because they had plans for Galaxy Quest 2, and then Amazon picked up Galaxy Quest to be a TV show, and it was supposed to be Amazon Prime exclusive. Then Alan Rickman died, and you can't make a Galaxy Quest sequel without Alan Rickman.
no.
I mean, you technically could, because there have been TV shows based off of movies that had casting changes, but if Alan Rickman was willing to get into the project, then who are you going to replace him with, really? I mean, he had nothing going on at that time, did he?
Here's the thing. If you are going to make a Galaxy Quest TV show without Alan Rickman, and you you might as well just make like an in-universe Galaxy Quest and not have the meta of it being like a parody.
Oh, he died or something like that.
Oh, like that'd be fucking lame though. Oh, like yeah, he died, but like what are we gonna do? Like what?
Well, maybe it could be something along the lines of, because consider the fact that
you could do like a Star Trek 2009 with it and have it be like this is Galaxy Quest and this is a serious science fiction and TV show with a certain amount of parody elements to it. You could make it like the Orville with the.
Well, with the Orville, that was more of like a spiritual successor to Star Trek. Well, with nobody really liking the modern day Star Trek, not the movies, the TV shows. Nobody likes them, and so the Orville was a great replacement, or at least a great.
Okay, so people did like Strange New Worlds, and then that episode came out.
Good. Are you talking about the one where the Klingons were having like a rock band?
The Backstreet Boys dance off? Yes.
Oh, for fuck. Okay.
Excuse me, what?
Now, while okay,
I don't want to.
So there is a musical episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, and the whole thing is a musical. There are really good musical episodes of various TV shows.
But why
Once More with Feeling from Buffy the Vampire Slayer is a really good episode. The Flash had a... Can't believe I'm fucking saying this. The Flash had a musical episode, and that was one of the best episodes that show ever did.
Yeah, didn't the Power Rangers have a musical episode?
Man, I don't fucking know. There's so many episodes of Power Rangers, and about half of them are dog shit.
My life is paralyzed. It can't move. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Especially since...
What did you say, Kevin?
So my Manectric is named after the song On My Life by Bon Jovi.
I wanna make you move because you're standing still. Anyway, so yeah, there are various episodes of different TV shows that have these different gimmicks to them, and some of the gimmick episodes are really cool. Like there's two of my all-time favorite episodes of House MD are gimmick episodes. One of them is the episode where the two-parter in season 1 where he's talking about he's talking to the students, he's teaching the class, and then the other one is the season 2 finale, I believe, that takes place entirely within House's head, and well, after a point, anyways. And
what is this? Saint Elsewhere?
Oh, is that the one where
No. Oh, this is just one episode. It's really good, and he starts noticing.
Yeah, is that the one where he starts hallucinating because he finds out that he's addicted to his painkillers even more so?
No. Oh, that's a different episode. Although that was a really good episode too. I believe that was a different episode. But yeah, this episode is the one where he got shot. You remember when? So the season 2 finale, House got shot, and he spends most of the episode in a coma, in like a dream sequence as they're taking him in to be operated on to take the bullet out of him and repair him. Like that episode is great, especially when he starts realizing, like, hang on, how did we just appear here in the hallway? Like we're like, he starts noticing, the format of the TV show because like when the camera cuts, when they go from one scene to the next and things like that.
Always goes meta.
That was a really good episode. But like, if one thing about Star Trek is if you're gonna try and have a gimmick episode like that, you basically have to match the music that each character is singing or each group is singing to like what they're about. And the Klingons, has anybody heard of the Who? HU.
No.
No. Not that
Okay,
version Star
they're-
Trek. Not yet, anyway.
Okay, they are a Mongolian metal band that incorporates various techniques such as Mongolian throat singing. Actually, I need to make sure that they are Mongolian. Yeah, they're they're Mongolian folk metal. Hold in. They use various things like you know, classic Mongolian instruments and throat singing. They did a really fucking cool cover of Sad But True by Metallica.
Huh.
And they covered and they covered Through the Never for the Metallica Blacklist. Like these guys are fucking great. And they have songs that are on the Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor soundtracks. It's just awesome. Go listen to the Gehrig and Rumble of Thunder, and just look at all of their all their singles that they've released to their YouTube channel. Well, it's fucking amazing. But yeah, like if I'm thinking Klingons are gonna be singing music, like I'm thinking that they're gonna be like pulling out some throat singing. And it's gonna be like big and doomy and boomy and shit like that. And all kinds of cool shit. Backstreet Boys is not what I would expect. I'd expect Captain Pike to be singing Backstreet Boys because that's kind of the kind of music I'd expect him. Oh God.
What on?
And not a virgin anymore. He didn't.
Oh.
Now,
Frick.
I am Christian. Oh, would you look at that? Schoolboy Joe is about to send out his fleshlight.
I'll probably have Johnny cover the Liquid Chris one, or I'll probably just have him do like the actual Christian.
Do you need a guitar for that?
Canonically, Johnny Bravo can't sing.
Huh. That's interesting. I wouldn't think that, but okay.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't think that either, considering he's a Elvis impersonator.
Yeah.
There was an
But yeah.
episode about that.
But yeah,
The other day.
for some reason in Star Trek had a musical episode and it was really bad. It wasn't funny enough to
Oh, for fuck.
I hope not. Riverdale had a musical episode at least once a season, and they were all universally shit. It's
Yeah,
like
I
the
totally
show
wanted to
was
see-
written. Like, and the funny thing was, Roberto Aguirre Sacasa would always use stuff that he was involved in some way. And like he used a bunch of musicals, music from the Carrie musical that he fucking wrote. I'm surprised he never used any. Actually, you know what? I can't say that because I don't know if he used anything from the Spider-Man musical. Well, because he re-ruined the Spider-Man musical. It wasn't very good to begin with, and then he made it even worse.
Okay. Any other news we wanted to bring
Number,
up?
well, if we want to just I can't even remember how we got on this subject. Oh yeah, but yeah, I was talking about yeah, there's no way they can. What I was saying is you could do like Galaxy Quest as a thing where it's like kind of a serious-ish science fiction show, where you remove the meta element, and that might work out pretty well if you cast a bunch of new actors, but like you can't hardly do it without without the cast, because like Tony Shalhoub, whom Tim Allen and Sigourney Weaver and Alan Rickman fucking made that movie, and you know, Guy Pearce, I think it was, because he was all right, and he wasn't. I don't think he's anybody's favorite character in that movie, but not Guy Pearce.
He was good.
Was that Guy Pearce?
Could be Guy Ritchie you're thinking of.
No, it's not Guy Ritchie. Guy Ritchie's a director.
My bad. I'm talking stupid now. Ignore me.
Stupid.
I said ignore me.
No, Sam Rockwell as Guy Fleegman. Okay.
Oh God, you're killing me.
Okay, that's why I was thinking
God,
Guy.
you're killing me.
Oh god, oh man.
Apparently there were, there was a Galaxy Quest comic book.
Oh,
Called-
really?
Yeah, there was a 2008 Galaxy Quest comic by IDW, and then there was a sequel series, is in 2015, and then Eagle Moss made a behind-the-scenes book. Huh.
Here's Harbor Mail. Yes, I want the coin case. Alright, now I can go gambling with blackjack and hookers.
I noticed that Pokemon DLC coming out.
Let me...
But yeah, we can now move on to, we can now move on to a different piece of news, which you might call our main event, so to speak, our main topic, our top story, if you will. More bullshit in the anime voice acting industry. There was a document released by somebody whose name escapes me at the moment, and but somebody. Okay, so a nerd just attacked me with a bunch of polygons.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not doing him any good. That virtual Pokemon is fucking dead, dude.
And don't forget, oh no, the virtual Pokemon is causing seizures worldwide.
Oh,
Super
no.
Nerd Pat was defeated. You have 2 Pokeballs by you and your sprite. Why did you only send out 1?
Oh wait, I'm still not done with Banjo-Kazooie. I still gotta get the secret items.
Anyways,
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do
so,
that at some point when I start streaming that game.
So approximately 4 years. Yeah, 4 years after Weeb Wars, and several years after anybody stopped giving a shit, somebody who claims to be the first person to, quote-unquote, break the Vic Mignogna story, by which I mean... somebody's running away.
By which they...
Misty, why did you have to show up and bug us now? Do you know what they call people like you? Pests, you heard me right, pests.
That too.
Oh, those badges you have, are they Johto Gym badges? Yeah, I'm good. Come to the Cerulean Gym. I'm headstrong to take you on. I'm headstrong to take on anyone.
Now,
Anyways.
I said this in discussion and debate. I'll just repeat what I said there real quick. I think that as it stands now, I think the allegations, despite me not having a lot of respect for Kaiser and Lil Grebo.
Yeah, so we'll... Yeah, hang on a second. So I gotta bring this up. So, this is a, I gotta give context before we start talking about that. So this is really fucking stupid. Like I said, several years after Weeb Wars, several years after the rest of the Vic Mignogna stuff happened, and where people, everybody has generally stopped giving a shit except for Mars Girl and, the typical orbiters.
Of course, Mars Girl.
Yeah. Yeah. Bill told me about a Pokemon that has a long tongue. Okay, I don't have a Lickitung, so... Anyways, so yeah, so...
Oh, I can't wait for
somebody
when we play
posted up a document complaining, basically saying, oh, I'm the person who broke the Vic Mignogna thing because she was the first person to post a tweet calling him a creep back in 2010. And it was like, oh, that doesn't prove anything. People say shit online all the time. Case in point, that tweet didn't prove anything, and the document that this person posted doesn't prove anything either. Okay, so you said I needed to go back to Lavender Town?
Yeah, go back to Lavender Town, so that way you can get the radio card for it.
Alex, that's about where I'm at. I
Okay.
don't think anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think I really need to say anymore.
Now the thing
Yeah.
is that this is kind of
but-
accusing Team 4-Star of being groomers and protecting one.
Well, the thing that... Okay, so there's a bunch of shit, there's a bunch of people implicated in various nonsense. The document doesn't include a whole lot of... No, it doesn't include any proof, really.
No.
And I believe it's since been taken down. But this person posted up a collection of wildly accusatory, baseless statements and accusations. Accusatory accusations, I know. Oh, I'm... Sue me, I'm fucking tired. Anyways, the document goes into arguably not nearly enough detail for anything, and a bunch of people wound up picking it apart, including but not limited to Little Karibo himself, because Little Karibo Little Karibo was basically accused of sticking up for a quote-unquote pedophile. Well, the person who posted this document and said that the guy who created, one of the creators of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Abridged was...
X the Dark One?
X the Dark One. Said that X the Dark One had sex with a 16-year-old... Yeah, had sex with a 16-year-old girl when he was 24. And Mike, the first question... he denied that. He said that she was 18 and he was 21. And, I don't know who to believe at this point. And frankly, I don't care, because this happened quite a while ago. And regardless of that, I'd have to know what state this is in, because 16 is legal in half the United States.
Yep.
Fun fact.
It's legal around where I'm from.
Literally. Let me go to this.
So not many people know this.
So if I go
16
on
is
to ages of
legal in
consent in the
states.
United States, it's you look at the map on Wikipedia. Count the amount of blue states. There's blue, yellow, and green. And the reason everybody thinks it's 18 is because all the porn is filmed in California, and California is 18.
Yep.
And then you have the rest of the United States. It's New York at 17. In Louisiana at 17. Texas at 17, which makes Michael Bay's Transformers 4 all the weirder, because you didn't need the fucking Romeo and Juliet laws. The daughter was legal.
Nicola Peltz.
Colorado.
Nicola Peltz, the actress, was, but her character wasn't.
Yeah, Yeah.
The fact that he had to carry it around, though, was a little creepier, though.
Yes.
Well, yeah, you could have literally just not addressed it. You could have made things... You could have just said, yeah, she's 18, or she's 17, or she's whatever. Or,
Weren't they from Texas in that movie?
Uh-huh.
What's the age of consent in Texas?
17.
Okay, then she's legal.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, you'll
then why didn't you
note
bring
that
it up?
half the United States...
I only asked
Have-
that just because I wanted to
16,
make
yeah.
a point.
No, not you. Why would the movie bring it up if the legal age of consent is 17 in Texas?
Because
Now because the writers are weird.
yeah, the writers are
anyways.
stupid.
Anyways, the point that I was... Okay, so where do I need to go now that I'm in Lavender Town?
Okay, go to the radio tower, which is on the top right, where the ghost tower used to be. Yes, they actually went and did that. And go talk to the people there. Or one of them will give you the expansion card that lets you.
Is it up on Route 10?
Lavender Town?
Oh no, I already flew to Lavender Town. Is it this big building over on the right?
Yeah, it's literally the big tall building. Alex,
Lavender Town, Noble Purple Town. Okay.
Alex, you've played Gen 1.
On the bread, the dead.
I know. I have no excuse.
Yes. That much we can
piss on
agree
the
on.
dead, guys.
Now here's the now my stance on that whole document, and I already stated on social media, is it's like, look, I may disagree with pretty much all the stuff on that document. I'm not about to really, stand up for TFS after everything, because I'm like, no, I don't give a shit about you guys. You're on your own.
Yeah, they basically, the document basically implicated Team 4-Star and Little Karibo in various things, and said Little Karibo used to be friends with Vic Mignogna. And this is part of the reason why you never give in to shit like this. You wait until the fucking you wait until the fucking charges are filed,
Yeah.
Well, before you do shit. And they, I said back, you can quote me on this from back in 2019. You can go back onto my Twitter account and say, hey, look, Alex said this, because I'm like 99% sure that I said that, hey, Team 4-Star, you guys should be sticking up for Vic Mignogna, because these guys are going to come after you someday. Nothing you do will ever be enough, and nothing they did was ever enough.
Nope.
They went and they threw Vic under the bus, and now people are throwing them under the bus. And they said, one of them. Yeah, so now, I gotta bring something up, and this is completely disjointed, but one of the things that the document said about Kaiser Neko is that he is a massive jerk on Twitter. Is like, are you new here? Because we figured this out several years ago.
You just get on Twitter.
Yeah, I know.
Kaiser Neko
That's
has been a
new.
jerk on Twitter
I'm like, that's
for a
new?
very long time, man.
You don't say.
Everybody knows this. He's been a jerk to me personally.
He's been
and
a jerk.
several other people.
He's been a jerk to you. He's been a jerk to me. He's been a jerk to pretty much a decent chunk of us on this server. And he has, and this is a known fact by many people, not just us, the person who made the document. Literally a decent chunk of people are like, we know.
Okay, so I got the card in the radio tower. Or how do I get to the top floor?
You don't go up to the top floor.
I don't need to get to the top floor?
No, you don't ever need to go up to the top floor. Or in this, you just need to...
Okay, so I got the card?
Now go to Vermilion City so that you can so you can wake up Snorlax by playing the Pokemon, the Pokeflute on the radio.
Okay. Yeah, Vermilion or Cerulean?
Vermilion.
Vermilion, okay. Yeah, a lot of the people mentioned in this document are not my favorite people in the world.
Yeah. And just
sorry,
remember,
go ahead.
And just remember, Alex, when you go up, here's the thing. The Snorlax is level 50. He has leftovers, and it could be a very useful Pokemon to have around. But obviously it's not, the best. However, it does.
I mean,
since it does come at a solid level, most people would recommend you get it. Unlike the Snorlaxes.
I have 9 Master Balls left, so I can pretty much.
Okay,
I can
never
just
mind.
get it.
Yeah, just get it.
I hacked the game so that I could have more Master Balls.
Which, by the way, Alex, you should also be able to get the
You
should also be able to get Raikou and Entei. Because if you get both of those,
Oh, cool.
If you get both of those,
in the game, I don't blame you.
Yeah, I missed getting Entei because I forgot I had Master Balls.
if you get both of those, if you get both Entei and Raikou as well as Suicune, Yusin is at one of the Pokemon centers, and he'll give you Rainbow Wings, so you can go up the Tin Tower, and catch Ho-Oh.
Okay. Yeah, like I was saying, and none of the people mentioned in this document are my favorite people in the world, so you can't really accuse me of sticking up for them and because I'm a fanboy the way people did for Vic Mignogna, because I am an unapologetic Vic Mignogna fanboy, and always fucking have been, and like fucking sue me.
Same here.
What tuning do I use on the radio?
Just search for the one until you hear the Pokeflute that. Just search for the. Just go through the tuning. Just go through a couple of them until you find the Pokeflute tune.
There's really not much I can add either, other than just because I don't like them doesn't mean that I hope that they're guilty.
No. Oh, it's like
Places and People, brought to you by DJ Lily. That's not the right one.
It's asinine for people to, like, it's asinine to want to hope that somebody you don't like has done some horrible shit.
Yeah. Well, there we go. But yeah, the big thing about this is that this document came out with zero evidence. Didn't ask any of the people who were involved or who were allegedly involved in these situations about it, and
yeah,
you know, that just nobody fucking. And there was zero fact checking that was involved in this. The only thing that's true that I can see is that Kaiser Neko is a jackass on Twitter. Nobody's gonna argue with you about that, and that's about it. And this shit happened, and like little Karibo was caring for his dying cat when all this shit came out, and the Pokegear is placed next to the sleeping Snorlax. Please don't crush my phone, Snorlax. But yeah.
It was actually Kaiser Neko that was tending to his dead cat.
No, it wasn't Kaiser. It was LK.
It was Martin.
Kaiser. Yeah, Kaiser doesn't have a cat that I know of. Yeah. And this, like, that fucking hit me, cause my dog died not too long ago.
Yeah.
And the wound's still fresh, but the thing is, I remember when little Karibo got that cat. Cause, you know...
Remind me, which
first
one was
was
it? Cause he's had at least like 3 or 4.
He's had a couple. He had like 3 cats at one point. I can't remember the name. I'm terrible with names. But the thing is, like I remember her when he... I'm just gonna use the fucking Master Ball on this shit, and I don't... Snorlax is fast asleep. Okay, so I'm just gonna use my Master Ball on this stuff. Snorlax are covered with leftovers. Okay, anyways, so yeah, so, like, I used to listen to Little Karibo's podcast every week. Like, I remember when he got... It was, it was Gordon.
Here. I thought it was...
Yeah.
Isn't the podcast called We're Still Here?
Yeah. Yeah. And, I remember her when he first got that cat, and he talked about it, and you know, it's never a good time when you have to say goodbye to a friend like that. And, like, when you come at somebody during a time like that, and it's like he didn't He didn't have shit to do with your fucking agenda. He didn't
No.
have anything. He didn't have a fucking horse in this race. And you come at a guy like during a bad time like that, like, go fuck yourself, man.
Yeah.
And like I can't. The words cannot describe the fucking hatred I have for when people are giving you shit during periods of emotional turmoil for things that you didn't do.
Yeah.
And these fucking people will have these fucking people will have done this to people. They've done it to people I like. They've done it to friends of mine. During like I had a
Alex, they're vultures.
yeah. Like Kick Vic
Always
bullied
over the
a friend of
prize.
mine off of the internet and out of her fucking voice acting career because she was friends with somebody they didn't like. She fucking stuck up for Vic, and these people all went after her, and she said, you know what, fuck it, I'm not going into this anymore, you know. Oh, it's too much fucking, and it's too much fucking turmoil. Oh, and yeah. Can't hardly blame her, but
Honestly,
like it. But this is the consequences of not standing up against these people. Well, because like if these allegations were serious, one, they should have come out back in 2019, when all this stuff was fresh. Coming out now just tells me you're fucking clout chasing, and you're trying to hunt for whatever you can and to make yourself famous or infamous.
Yeah, that's why I was never really the kind of guy to believe all these accusations I see on Twitter or Tumblr or YouTube. Like, oh, this man, he did this to me 5 years ago. Oh, he did that 5 years ago? Why didn't you do something like call the police?
Why didn't you say something about that then? And well, the thing that
disgusts me.
well the thing that made me like raise a couple of dozen eyebrows was when Leaving Neverland was coming out, and those guys who were one of the guys who was involved in that testified at Michael Jackson's criminal trial back in 2005 for the defense. If there was a time to speak up about this, it was at the criminal trial that you were a witness at under oath.
Oh my god.
And they didn't do that. The fucking
Part of what kind of a couple of things that kind of shaped how I feel about all this were To Kill a Mockingbird and 12 Angry Men.
Absolutely. Those, by the way, hey, go read and or watch To Kill a Mockingbird. Especially watch that movie. He is fucking amazing.
And it actually is very educational on how stuff like this would usually go down. Like you actually like they actually like for 12 Angry Men, they actually went and examined the testimony and whatnot and tried to picture the scenario and how it happened. And then point out the flaws in said testimony.
Yeah. By the way, don't read the sequel. It's dog shit, and there's an argument to be made that it wasn't even written by Harper Lee. There is a sequel. It was released a couple of years ago, right before Harper Lee died, or it might have been right after she died, and the whole thing is it's dog shit. Like it doesn't make any sense. The characters don't match up. The writing doesn't match up. It's nonsense. Don't even read it. It's called Go Set a Watchman if you want to check out the Wikipedia page and go no further.
Duly noted.
Anyways, yeah.
And
So what should I nickname Snorlax?
I don't know, Big
Movie
Show.
Bob.
no.
Bob. I'm gonna name it Bob Show.
Okay. Best of both worlds.
What were you gonna say, Kevin?
Fat Albert.
Hey, it's Fat Albert, and I'm gonna sing a song for you. We're gonna
Don't.
show you a thing or two.
I just said don't.
Why?
Yes, why, Gizmo? Care to enlighten us?
I don't know. I sue you.
Oh, they don't have any numbers in this, so I'm gonna
Put it in
I'm gonna
listen
name it
for-
Bob Show 100. Bob Show 100 was sent to Bill's PC.
Are you gonna use the Snorlax eventually, or
Probably not.
not?
I could have named it
Okay.
Bob Show C, but you know.
Then again, I
I'm
mean,
gonna
once
be
you
back.
get to Kanto, I'm pretty
What the
sure you
fuck
have
was
your
that?
team. with
Oh,
you.
oh, that was somebody following us on Twitch. Thank you for
Oh,
the
nice.
follow. Let me find out. Let me find out what your name is.
You don't have
Julia
alerts?
Smith 9088 followed us. Hello. Hi, Julia Smith. Assuming you are a real person.
You should really get some alerts.
I have alerts. That was what the sound was that I said. What the fuck was that to?
Okay, so...
Oh. I can make such cool and custom stuff in
hi,
reasonable price,
Torkoal.
handsome packages, and payment policies for small streamer. Oh. Okay, so Julia, if you start spamming about stuff for the stream in the chat, I'm going to have to ban you. No, but if you stay and watch, I'm cool with that. We don't need any graphics packages or anything like that. We're fine with what we got. A bunch of Diglett popped out of the ground. That was shocking. Oh, really? I would have thought that's where Diglets came from.
Diglett dig, trio, trio, trio.
So now I can
And
go
now
on
that we
Route
moved
11.
away from drama, we
Yeah.
are now going to a random segment where we look at the comic book universe database, and that's where I look at the comic book
Nobody
universe
talked about
battles and
Pokemon thing yet.
Oh, there's more Pokemon stuff, or what?
Yeah, the Pokemon Scarlet, the DLC. Apparently, we're getting another.
Oh,
type.
there's...
It's
Oh, I
it's in Scarlet and
interesting.
Violet. Sadly, the game is
Scarlet
still...
and Violet, I don't have those.
Sadly, the game... Don't get them. They're bad. Just...
Yeah, I hear
Just...
it's glitchy.
It's... something.
It's complicated.
No,
Very
no.
complicated.
No. The correct term is it's something. As in...
Yeah.
Psychic Fidel sent out Zatu. Oh, you have a
yeah,
bird.
apparently we're getting a 19th type.
I also have a bird.
I'm a bird.
All the first.
My bird is better than your bird.
Also, what the fuck did I do to Raikou? What happened to his neck?
He turned into a giraffe.
Don't-
No, wait, Raikou as portrayed by David Schwimmer.
He was.
Guys, we're running out of time!
Now that we took care of
Oh,
some
by
of
the
that-
way-
some of the news, let's go to okay.
Wait. Hey, before we go on, Rukia's Bankai was revealed in the 1000-Year Blood War anime, and it looks fucking beautiful!
Nice. I wear shorts in tall
Oh, cool.
grass. Oh, so you want mosquito bites. Gotcha.
And I'm like,
Oh, so
death
One
by snoo!
And I guess to be the obligatory One Piece thing, but then you get Looney Tunes shit.
Gizmo, trust me, when and if you get to that point, when in Bleach, it's gorgeous. It's really well
I'm
animated.
gonna forget
and
about that
everything.
moment in Bleach.
Hmm?
I'm gonna forget about that moment in Bleach because I haven't gone to Bleach yet.
No, I said when you
Okay,
get to
so-
it.
Yes.
So,
I'm
Gizmo,
gonna
For
forget
you
about
about
that.
3 months.
you were saying something about comic books. Gizmo?
Yeah, I'm still here.
You
You
were
said
saying
something about comic books.
the comic book thing.
Yeah. Since we took care of a little bit of drama news today, I thought we would go on to something a little more lighthearted, where I look at the comic book universe database and its newest additions to the website, and whether it be friend, foe, object, or creature. Let's see who decided to join the magnetic ferrets. Inhumanoids from Hasbro.
Huh.
Golden
It's been a long
Sparrow
time since I've
from
heard
the-
about that.
Golden Sparrow from the Forbidden Kingdom.
Oh, from the Jackie Chan movie.
Yes.
Nice. I love that
Mandrake.
movie. Oh, by the way,
Mandrake.
fun fact: that movie is responsible for Dragon Ball Evolution being as bad as it is, indirectly.
I don't see it.
Fox basically saw that film, noticed that Dragon Ball was also kind of based on Journey to the West, and panicked. And had an accountant
everything.
rewrite the fucking movie at the last second.
Yep.
He's a dumbass. He does realize that nobody's going to be able to compare the two exactly like they thought they would.
Yeah.
You know, it's like saying, "Oh, we're going to release the new Gears of War game, but there's another third-person shooter coming out. Let's rewrite the code." It's like, bruh, no one's going to compare
We're gonna
Gears
make
of
it
War
into
to Happy Tree Friends Paintball.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we're making Gears of War 6, and we're going to make it into a first-person shooter now. Now, all of a sudden, it's a survival horror game. And it's like, come on, I don't
Oh,
come to
you know what?
Gears of War
You know
for
what?
that.
You know what? A Gears of War survival horror doesn't sound so bad. Like, you could be like a
Actually, you know what, now that I say
something.
that, yeah, if they did it kind of Resident Evil 4-ish, they could totally pull that off.
Mandrake from Epic.
Huh.
The Mauler twins from...
Invincible.
No, not from Invincible. No, not from Invincible. From Image Comics.
That's Invincible.
Yes,
Yeah.
but they're from Image Comics.
Yeah, they're
People forget
called from
that they're not
Image Comics, yeah,
they're
even though
not
Image
from-
Comics isn't unified.
People forget that Invincible came from the Image Comics
Yeah, I know.
universe, where Spawn, Savage Dragon, all those guys came from.
Yeah, I know they're from.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
part of the universe? I didn't know that.
It's been a part of the universe for quite a while now. That's
Yeah,
where
I
the
knew
I thought it
that's where
was-
they took inspiration.
I knew
thought they
Invincible
basically
was,
gave up on the idea of the Image universe.
No, the Image Comics are still going on. I mean,
I know that
Spawn
they're
is
still
around.
going. I just didn't I just didn't know that they were still like trying to be, you know, a universe.
Well,
They've been a universe.
and here's the thing, Gizmo. I did know that that Invincible was part of the whole Image Comics thing, but I just wasn't aware that it was like a shared universe kind of deal. Oh, that's all.
It is a shared
Yeah, I
universe, but the only reason why nobody knows that is because of, you know, Spawn and Savage Dragon. They're owned by like
Yeah.
different companies because they're trying to get their own projects off the ground with those different characters.
I'll be right
That's why you don't see. That's why you don't see, say, the Savage Dragon interact with Adam Eve, or Spawn interact with the Viltrumites, or for that matter, Shadowhawk interact with. What was that? What was that team's name? The Guardians of the Globe.
Yeah, Guardians of the Globe
Yeah.
is the name of the group from Invincible.
Yeah, so you can understand why. Chad Lee from Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue.
Cool.
Let's see here. Grumblebee from... Are you kidding me? Okay, yeah. Grumblebee from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Cool. How does that count as comic book? Was
They
it
just
in
call
a
it the
comic
comic
book?
They just call it Comic Book Universe Database. That's just a name that they have. They're literally adding in any character from any
Okay.
parts of pop culture. Okay. Titan Xenomorph from Aliens Dark Descent.
I still haven't played that game.
Dagon from the Monsterverse. Nano from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Wow, that's a deep cut. Okay. Didn't think anyone would remember him. Antonov from King of Fighters.
Oh my.
The Mysterious Island.
Like
Taizo
all
Hode.
of the island?
Yes, the actual the entire island.
And
Okay.
and Big Doug.
Okay. Taizo Hode from Dig Dug.
I'm on Route 12.
And last but not least, Rachel Stone. There's no date
Oh
on
my
where
God.
she's from.
He's sent out a
I think it's
Magikarp. I'm
messed up. Hold
fucking
on.
doomed.
Let me look her up. 'cause
Aurora
there's no
Beam
date
is
on
not
this
very
profile.
effective against a Magikarp half my level.
Oh, okay. Rachel Stone from Heart of Stone. The
Which
Netflix
is-
show.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay then.
And now about to delve deep into the CBUB forum and look up the current matches, if there are any left that are still open to vote. So just a reminder that when these matches are up, they have like 1 to 2 weeks of they give 1 or 2 weeks to give people the chance to vote on who wins and who loses, as well as comment on why. Let's see here. Is this one still up? No. God fucking damn it. Okay, this one's still up. I have no idea who this is. Let's see here.
Now Gizmo is exerting Michael
Do you
Rosenbaum, Lex
remember
Luthor energy.
21st of September.
If nothing else, I could at least learn the Flash's secret identity. I have no idea who this is.
Okay, this might be
That's
interesting.
something.
Mandrake the Magician versus Valmont.
Okay.
Does anybody
I don't know who those
Mandrake
are.
the Magician is? Valmont from Jackie Chan Adventures.
Oh, yeah.
Valmont's the one of the main villains of Jackie Chan Adventures. He works directly
The
under
British
Shendu.
bad guy
Oh, yeah,
from the
yeah,
first
yeah.
couple seasons.
Yeah,
Does
he-
anybody
He
know
then,
who
he then
Mandrake
gets
the Magician
possessed
is?
by Shendu, who in the second season.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think everyone's had to fight Shenju.
Well, and then in season 3, the main antagonist ended up becoming Mason. What was the name of that old wizard guy
What?
from Jackie Chan
Hey.
Adventures? Or the old man who wanted the talismans as the zodiac animals?
And now I've circled back around to Lavender Town.
And now I have Gardevoir.
Oh,
Gardevoir,
boy.
the
Rule-
porn star
30
Pokemon.
Oh,
Rule
God.
34, here we go.
Oof. Well, currently there are no matches up that have enough characters I'm familiar with, nor are there enough matches that have open votes at the moment.
All right, the fishing guy just gave me a super rod.
Cool.
Boy.
I don't want to hear about your rod.
Huh.
Nasty.
I don't want to hear about his rod either, but he handed it to me. I didn't know those came off.
Okay.
I guess the song "Detachable Penis" was right.
All right. So, was there anything any other thing on there that you wanted to talk about, Gizmo?
Nope. Like I said, there aren't enough official matches that are up that I can read off of or even give you the link to, because they're either got characters that none of us or not enough of us are familiar with, or their votes are closed.
Okay.
Okay.
It's not like last time.
Hey. At
Hopefully
least.
hopefully next time there's some matches up that are open.
Now.
I have something. I know we said we weren't gonna, we were done with the drama for right now, but I have to bring up some other drama that came up. So,
Right, that's it for now.
does anybody know what PSIO is? PSIO.
No.
ESIO. No, I don't know.
Okay, so you know what like flash carts are, right?
Yes.
No.
Okay,
Flash cards.
stuff like the
basically,
R4, the EverDrive, things like that.
these are basically retro cartridges that are made to fit in an SD card from
Right.
top to side or wherever have you, and you're able to put it into original consoles and then play the ROMs
Yeah.
off of said cartridge.
Oh, okay. I
Some of
think I
them
got
have
it.
advanced options, some of them don't.
Yeah, I have an R4 in my Nintendo DS. I have an EverDrive 64. I have a Genesis EverDrive. I have an Easy Flash for my. I have an Easy Flash Advance, and I have an Easy Flash regular, and stuff like that. But for as much as I use those fucking things, right?
Yeah.
Like the last time I played an N64 game on stream, it was off of an emulator, and it was Superman 64. But PSIO is a flash cart for the original PlayStation. It was
Alright.
supposed to,
Not a
I believe.
flash card.
Okay, so I believe it plugged into the serial port.
Oh, are you talking
Excuse
about
me.
the one that plays the Game Boy games?
No, I'm talking about the one that like you plug it in an SD card or a hard drive or something, and you just
Oh, I hate
play
this
games
shit.
through the serial port.
Ah, fuck that shit. If you got the console, use the damn console. You don't see
Well-
me gutting an N64.
Dude, seriously. Like the serial port is just a thing on the back. You can plug anything into it.
Yeah.
And besides,
Oh, the back. Okay. I
Yeah,
thought you were
and
talking about
besides,
like them gutting the consoles.
oh, dude, no. Oh, like I
hate
have
that.
3 PlayStation 1 originals, and the laser on all 3 of them is fucked up. Like these, one of them
You can
is
get those
the
replaced.
original PS1 that my grandmother gave me. He like, God knows how long ago. One of them I found at a yard sale, and another one I got as part of a big bundle of stuff. And all of them have issues with the laser. The only one that still works as intended is my my PS1, the tiny, the slim version, So if you were to there are other things where you can like unhook the laser and replace it with something that reads an SD card, and that's fucking great because you can't get working laser assemblies for the PS1, or you couldn't last time I looked at it. And you might as well, if you're going to be replacing a laser assembly in a PS1, just put a fucking SD card in it, man. And like the discs are all right, but they're slow.
You might as well just play the emulators, though.
Well, yeah, but if you want to use the original hardware, or you can run like custom games and stuff on it. You can run custom translations, or stuff like the uncensored version of Resident Evil 1, and with all the cutscenes and stuff that doesn't
but you
fit
can-
on a disc.
You could put it on a disc, though. There have been people who tried.
No,
making
you
their own
couldn't. Like
PS1.
literally, you
There have
can't.
been people.
No, you.
There
dude,
have
you
been people
can't
who've been
put
shown
that
to make
game
their own
on a
PS1.
Yes, but there are some PS1 games that, like, once you've modded them so that they'll work correctly, they can't be put on a CD. It's like with the Dreamcast. There's stuff that, like, once you change all the text to English and make sure all of the audio matches up like dual language versions of games, English translations and whatnot, where they just won't fit on a standard 700 megabyte CD.
Well, that's not really fair because you could easily burn games on a CD.
I just
play
said
them on
you
a
can't,
Dreamcast.
but you can't fit certain games on a 700 megabyte CD. And that's true for the PlayStation and the Dreamcast.
Make a multi-disc. I don't know.
Oh, you can't do that. Not for some games. Like, some games it just doesn't work. And some games you can remove the disc swapping necessity and whatnot.
Well, okay, so I get that if you want to play them on a TV, if you want to play them on a TV, look for a way to. Don't just gut a PS1 or.
It's just taking out the laser assembly, and statistically speaking, the laser. No, the motherboard still works. Like, statistically speaking, the laser assembly is going to be broken anyways.
People have been known to fix them and replace them easily.
Yeah, but if you're going to take out a laser assembly and put in a new one, and for one thing, you're going to have to go with an aftermarket thing anyways, so you might as well just put in an SD card reader. Or it's going to be cheaper, easier, faster, you know. There's no downside. Agility is a key attribute of bird-type Pokemon. Okay, but anyways...
Oh shit, I got this new PlayStation 1 game. Here, let me put it in this PlayStation... Oh, that was a joke. I guess I can't put my PS1 game in there.
Yeah, but, like, dude, the functionality
look online,
is...
I gotta look for the right ROM, maybe, hopefully that...
Or you could literally just put it into your computer and use the CD drive to rip it to the hard drive.
You're not going to be you're not going to be putting every single PlayStation 1 game in your PS1 if you got like an SD card thing in there.
Every single PS1 game is not worth playing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So why would you have a copy of said game in the PS1 already if you don't know if you're going to be playing it or not?
No, dude, seriously. Like, if you have a copy of a PS1 game, like, if you don't want to... If you have an unsealed PS1 game, that you want to play on your PS1, and you know, it's not that difficult to just pop it into your CD drive. Like, literally, all you have to do is use image burn to make an ISO out of it, and then you just put that onto the SD card and pop it into the machine. Like, it's the same kind of thing. It's the same kind of thing as like using like Windows Media Player or Exact Audio Copy or whatever to copy music off of an audio CD and put it on your phone, you know?
That was a fucking ordeal.
Transferring music is kind of different than transferring an ISO.
Having to put in all of those cheat codes in the sandcastle so I can get the secret items.
But yeah, no, it's still 700 megabytes, and it's the same thing. Like, all you gotta do is pop out the SD card from the system that you're using, then pop it into the computer, transfer the ROM, and you know, you're golden. It's literally that simple, and I've done it about 100 times.
You forget that a lot of people that want to play these old games in an emulator probably only just heard about it. There's going to be a lot of normies that want to do this
I
too.
don't forget about that because that's not relevant to the conversation. And like, if you are hardcore enough to mod your PS1 so that you can use an SD card on it, you are going to be savvy enough to figure out how to do that. Like I looked into that because I was sick and tired of having to deal with, you know, mod chips and whatnot, and mod chips and disk swapping and things like that. And like, if you're that deep into the modding scene, and that you are switching out the you know, the disk drive in your PS1, and you know how to do this shit, statistically speaking.
Not really. I don't know anything about that disk swapping, mod chipping stuff.
How?
Because I never looked it up. I just wanted to play a game on a. When I was getting into emulators, I just wanted to play the game because I heard that you could. There's, you know, oh my god, there's ROMs of PlayStation 1 games, and Saturn games, and Dreamcast games, and I thought, okay, I guess I'll just download a lot of these PlayStation 1 games. Oh my god, they take up too much space. Okay, I'll just get a flash drive for that, no problem. And then it's like, oh shit, this
Okay.
emulator is bullshit! Because it won't play my discs
I-
right, so I guess I gotta look for another one. Then I gotta make
I
sure
mean, I figured out
that
how to do
ROM
it.
is the correct one and not just a Russian ROM. It's gotta be English. I gotta make sure it's in English too. It's like, oh wait, that site's taken down. Oh, those sites been taken down. Oh, okay, I guess I'll use this one. Oh no, I got a virus. See, this is why I'm afraid of when it comes to just looking up a ROM, because it's not as easy as just say, hey, this game, I'll get this game, I get this system.
Yeah,
I
but
put
this
it
is
in
now
system.
we're beyond the original scope, which is like, oh, you know, I have this PS1 game and I can't play it because I switched my drive out for an SD card, and it's like that. You know, if you switched your PS1 drive out for an SD card, you know how to fucking do this. It's like you've already looked this up. The instructions exist. You know, all of this is documented.
But who's gonna look up that?
How many Pikachus do you have, buddy? 6. This motherfucker has 6 Pikachus. And I'm just beating them all with Bubble Beam.
That's another thing
Anyways,
that I want to bring up, because not everybody has the time to get into emulation as anybody else. And I'm not just talking
Right.
about, oh, I'm running
But
out of time, because there might be
Okay,
other
no, I
stuff that they
understand what
want to
you're
do
saying.
or have to do too.
That's... If... A lot of the stuff is literally just point and click. Like I've had the emulator, this Visual Boy Advance copy, I have had this for over 10 years now, across 3 different computers. And all you gotta do, all I had to do was open up the emulator, open up the ROM, you know, set it up so that I was using my, I had to open up the emulator, set up my controller, open up the ROM, and I was set. And that, like, anybody who games will figure out how to do this, because the config screen is, like, in our fucking DNA, you know? Anyways, so, I had a topic I was talking about, and it was called Saya. So,
Alright.
there is this
Sorry for
flash
that long
cartridge.
silence on my part. I had to let my cat back upstairs, and now my usual Space Invader has returned.
Yeah. So there's this thing called Saya, which was excuse me. It was a piece of hardware for the original PlayStation that was supposed to let you load games off of an SD card rather than through the through the disk drive, like I said. And
Then
I
what?
believe it was kickstarted. It's from a company called so it runs off of the serial port on the back of the original PlayStation. So you can literally just plug it in like you could an Action Replay that was made back in the day, and you could just plug that in and run stuff off of the SD card. But it's from a company called Sibdin or Sibdine or whatever, and let's see.
Someone playing Peppa Pig in the background?
Yeah,
No.
I can hear background music.
No, Mason's playing Banjo-Kazooie.
But it isn't. This thing wasn't. Apparently, this wasn't plug and play. I believe the original idea was that it was going to be plug and play, but it's not. So you had to have like a mod chip, basically, to run stuff off of the cartridge, which isn't great. There are better solutions available. Especially, like, if you're gonna be modding the system anyways, as you should be you should be looking into other solutions other than the serial port or parallel port or whatever the hell it was, because they're way faster. That aside, SIO was put together by arguably not very smart people, and arguably somewhat malicious people, well, from what I know. And
What?
okay, so the people behind Sibdin, or Sibdine, whatever the hell it is, they put together a blacklist of serial numbers for cartridges that they would not allow to work. And
Wow.
yeah, so well, if you wanted to update your cartridge with certain firmware, it wouldn't work anymore. You could only use the this one guy who helped build the fucking thing, actually, if I remember correctly. His cartridge got banned, and he can't run the current firmware. He was running a pre-release version of the firmware, and well, it looks like this guy just can't wait to be king. And the guys behind Sibdin have been exposed recently for using copyrighted Sony code in the execution of their software and hardware. So the firmware for the SIO system apparently works. Huh?
I said I am now back in Mad Monster Mansion.
Okay. Yeah, the firmware for SIO would like blacklist people, and oh yeah. So the thing I was talking about is that it uses copyrighted Sony code, and I have no idea how they've managed to get away with this. Is because they've been running this fucking program. They've been running this fucking thing and selling this for years.
Forgot to get those jiggies at the first level. There was actually a
They
reason
didn't have
for
the
that,
copyright.
so I could get them all very quickly as an ants.
So,
But
since
Jam wasn't having bonus, Kevin.
since Mason was playing Banjo-Kazooie, there was an interesting feature that was well known in that game, in both that and Banjo-Tooie, called Stop and Swap. Would you like to know the details?
I wonder if Nintendo's gonna implement it now.
Probably not.
You literally could not able to.
I mean, the Xbox 360 and Xbox One ports of Banjo.
Those are different. Those are digital versions.
Yeah.
And so is this.
This is
so
a
anyways,
streaming service they have. That's different.
I'm at West Fuchsia City, or something.
So you're in... Wait, have you been battling gym leaders, Alex?
No.
You gotta battle the gym leaders.
I'll be right back. I'll be back.
Now that you have access to Pewter City, you should go to Pewter City. You can go to Pewter City, battle Brock, and Misty, Surge, Erica, and for Fuchsia City, Janine, in Sabrina, Blaine, and then Blue. Well, I don't know how to tell most people this, but...
And now I am a champion. I wonder if this means I'll turn back into a bear at midnight.
So yeah, essentially...
Anyways, basically somebody posted up on GitHub of a thing called Light Menu for the SIO. Well, because the official SIO software is, quote, slow to boot, has no development features at all, doesn't broadcast game ID, and did I already say it's slow?
Yes.
This is Light Menu is what this is called, and it's basically a bare bones piece of software that boots up much quicker and doesn't use the official Sony code that, like the SciQ libraries that the OFW does. And yeah.
So, Alex, I ended up, like, you know that I've been, that recently because of a wager, of a deal that Seamus and I have going on, and I've been reading One Piece. Alex?
Yeah, I know that. I've been keeping up to date with that.
So, I've gotten up to Water 7, and I'm like, so far, there hasn't really been an arc that impressed me. Like, genuinely, like, to the point where I was like, oh, wow, this is so amazing, like, best anime ever, blah, blah, blah. Because it's like, I get that, I get the whole, characters from certain endpoints in the story will likely come back in a later story as a sort of payoff thing, but I feel like Water 7 could have done without Foxy. It would have been much better without him. I
don't dislike that section.
I did not like that section at all. It did nothing but waste time. Water 7 pretty much started when Aokiji showed up and was like, oh, hey, what's going on?
What's going on?
And there were a lot of moments where, there were quite a few moments in Water 7 that I was just like, a lot of characters I know who, for a fact, that are really smart, are doing a lot of really stupid things that would make Luffy blush. Like, seriously. Hey, what the hell? Quite a few characters were making a lot of stupid decisions and not in character or stupid decisions. Like one of those things where they're supposed to make it serious, is so the character does an out of character moment. You get what I mean? Like on TV tropes, it's called OOC is serious business. Alex?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm still looking at stuff about the thing I was talking about.
Like the most I ended up getting out of that was going through the Going Mary's funeral. That was.
See, I think you're going about this the wrong way, because most of I don't think there's hardly anything in the One Piece manga, even with that stuff that you're talking about, that could have been cut down. If anything, One Piece is too fucking short, and to say that, I know that's astounding to say that.
Well over 1,000 chapters, and the other two members of the big three are only around 700 chapters if you don't count.
Yeah, they're also. Yeah, Naruto. Okay,
Naruto,
so Naruto
is 700
is
chapters.
Arguably too.
Bleach
Naruto is arguably too long. Naruto is arguably too long. Bleach, on the other hand, could also be argued to be too short.
Well, here's the thing. Sometimes people will say that Bleach goes on too long for some of its arcs, like the Arrancar Saga and Thousand Year Blood War. But then it's like by the end of it, it's like, okay, this could have been a bit longer.
Yeah.
And the thing is...
Yeah, One Piece... Should I delete an older move to make room for Flamethrower?
Okay, what do you need deleted? Alright.
Okay, I have quick attack, cut, flame wheel, and ember.
Quick attack.
Quick attack. Okay.
Anyway, so
Yeah, there's a lot of panels of One Piece where it's like there's some cuts here and there. Or like the writing is really good, but some of the fight choreography could stand to be extended a bit. And
the issue I've
always
with
said that
One Piece
is too short in regards to the fight scenes.
the issue I have with One Piece in regards to its paneling is like a lot of stuff is too many panels, not enough stuff happening.
I'd say it's the opposite. There's too much stuff happening and not nearly enough panels.
No. Oh, no. Then at certain points it gets to where in some parts that's where it gets to your criticism of the show.
I don't think that's ultimately. I think
like
it's
Blue
could across the board.
Like East Blue East Blue could have afforded to have more happening with how many panels quite a few of its pages encompass.
I'm in Fuchsia City now.
Now another thing is like
Where's the Pokemon Center?
I may prefer CP9 as a group.
Where's the fucking Pokemon Center?
To Baroque Works, but the thing is that Rob Lucci is boring.
You're fucking capping me right now.
He is.
No, you're wrong.
He's literally a government He's literally just a molded government assassin who doesn't really have much of a personality outside of oh, I'm following orders, blah blah blah. He's not nearly the menace that either Eneru or Crocodile were, and he sure as hell is not the menace that Grimmjow was in Bleach. Like, Grimmjow is a fucking menace from the word go.
I don't know how you came to this conclusion.
I read the manga. That's how I came to the conclusion.
Yeah, I know. I don't know how you came to that conclusion.
I read
and,
the
manga. That's not the read
manga.
That's not the read that I got out of it.
You know, the funny thing is that even Seamus agrees that Lucci's not that entertaining a villain.
That's weird. Like, I would seriously disagree with him on that as well. Like, he's not the best villain, but he's not that bad.
He's boring!
No, he's not. I don't know how
boring as a rival character, or he doesn't really have much to bounce off of when it comes to Luffy. And it's just... Like, I get the Jet Gatling scene is still iconic in both anime and manga, English and Japanese. But it's...
Which of these is the real Janine? Riddle me this, Batman.
But the thing is like as a character, as an individual himself, Lucci, like I said, is nowhere near the menace that either of the two previous villains were. Or like Crocodile was just Crocodile pretty much carried the Alabasta saga whenever he was on screen.
Okay, Kevin, which of these is the real gym leader?
You just battle each of them, and then you just battle each of them.
I'm Janine. How did you know I was real? How did I get the right one on the first try?
Well, now.
No, that's... Okay, I got the wrong one. That's Picnicker Cindy.
Okay, then.
Why did you say you were real, then?
I think just to mess with you.
What'd I miss?
I would hope so.
Anyway.
What'd I miss?
Anyway, so it's like... I was talking about how the recent arc I got through for One Piece was Water 7, which is like... There are good parts of it I do like. I do wish that the Foxy Pirate stuff was cut out. out just because that does nothing but take up our time. I mean, it's pretty much canon filler, Gizmo. Which is the worst kind of filler.
What is this about?
One Piece.
Okay.
So it's like I get to talking about the fact that even though as a group I do prefer CP9 over Baroque Work, or it's just because Baroque Works is kind of a failure in every regard, or in terms of doing their job. Like, they suck as a whole. Crocodile pretty much carries everything about them and that whole arc. He is a straight up menace from the word go on Gizmo. Dude even has a voice that sounds like he's Batman the Animated Series' version of Two-Face. At least in the English dub. And it's like...
Foo, I'm Janine. No, I'm not. Yeah.
And then of course anytime Eneru was on screen, and he just pops right in whenever he feels like it. Like in Skypiea, and I'm just like, what the hell is with this guy? Like, he was arguably more of a menace, but... and plus, he also had the meme face. Alex, you know the meme face, right? The one where his...
Janine of Fuchsia Gym, that's me. Okay, that's good.
Anyway. Hey, so then I get to... what... So it's like, even though as a group I do prefer... or CP9 over Baroque Works, mostly the fact that CP9 actually knows how to get their job done.
Okay.
Anyways, I was saying, and it's like I prefer CP9 as an ensemble, not individually for each of the villains there. And of course, it's like, in regards to Rob Lucci, I was not really that big a fan of him. I just thought he was kind of boring as a rival character. Like, he doesn't really menace the protagonist all that much, or is he really a menace altogether? Because sadly, the guy that ended up trying to be a menace throughout most of it was Spondum, and Spondum is a failure at life. And then we have Lucci, who's just kind of there. Like, he's a bad guy, but he's just kind of there. And as a rival for Luffy, I just don't see it. I don't see it the same way that any of Naruto's rival characters are rivals to him, or Grimmjow was to Ichigo. Oh, and whatnot. Like, Gizmo, when you get to the Arrancar saga with Grimmjow, he's gonna be the MVP of the show, believe me. Is anybody listening to a word I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
So,
I just got my last secret item.
So it's like... Oh, it's like I'm not trying to actively to just dislike the arc just because, oh, I don't like One Piece and whatnot. It's just... I'm simply telling you what I ended up getting to the conclusion of when I ended up reading that point. Like, there were some moments where Lucci, it may have seemed like like what I would imagine, and as an protagonist, but he did not come off as like this was the guy I would picture as the rival character to our hero. Which is rather...
I beat Janine.
Which is rather...
I got toxic.
Which is rather unfortunate. And just because, as like I said, CP9 does have some interesting designs for the villains and whatnot. And they all pose a threat in their own unique way. There were some fights that I thought were neat, but for the most part, it's like, because the choreography is all over the place in some of the panels, it's difficult to keep track of. Like, we have to go between in so many different fights that it's just like, oh god, why?
I like how you said it just now, oh god, why?
We gotta bring something up.
And here
I got
fucking
something.
Drama.
and
go
I
ahead.
something.
and I sincerely hope
Activision.
Sorry.
Being a crazy bitch again.
I'm
Yeah, that was what I was gonna bring up. So,
Can I
so there's this
finish?
really cool Scooby-Doo. There's this really cool Scooby-Doo
AI.
animated thing where it was like, oh, it's made in the style of the old Rankin Bass, stop motion animation things. Things like it looks kind of like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Santa Claus is coming to town, etc. And they did it, they had all these, they did it with Scooby-Doo. And then it came out that some of the voices were done, I think several of the voices were done with AI. And there was this massive backlash about it for some fucking reason. And it was like, I'll never work with this person on animation. And it was like this is a hobby project. It was not made for profit.
Yeah, he
there
even
was no
explicitly
budget for
said
voice
he
acting.
explicitly said so in the video description. Even and he even went on record to apologize for it. And yet, Gray Delisle decided I'm gonna tell all my friends about and blah blah blah. And I'm like, you are encouraging harassment over
Literally, this is literally called a harassment about this.
Yes.
I thought that was supposed to be a bad thing.
Give me some context. Give me some context. How old was the person who made this?
He's 23.
Yeah. He's
Okay.
a young boy.
What about
Yeah,
the other
he has-
stuff?
Like the guy, he doesn't have a fucking budget to hire voice actors for this stuff. I'll bet
Right.
you he probably doesn't even know about shit like Casting Call Club.
Okay, you know what? The people that are scared of AI, they're afraid that they're gonna be replaced.
Yeah, and here's the thing. You're not gonna fucking do that. I've been messing around with, fucking...
It's a valid fear, but the thing is, voice
It's
AI
it's-
is nowhere near as advanced as they think it is.
Oh, yeah.
I can't even support unions anymore, especially after that tweet either, especially right now considering unions want to be paid more for doing less work right now. And Gray Delisle is one of those people who wants to be paid more for doing less work.
Well,
Oh,
no.
yeah,
Here's the thing about voice actors. The thing about voice actors is that they're not even close to pay as much as, say, like an actual actor. Like someone from Hollywood.
Okay, so we can use My Little Pony the movie as an example. The Friendship is Magic movie. Let me pull out my copy here because I have to go over this. So on the cover of My Little Pony the movie here, we have billed from left to right: Emily Blunt, Kristen Chenoweth, Liev Schreiber, Michael Pena, Sia, Taye Diggs, Uzo Aduba, which I've never heard of that, and Zoe Saldana. None of these people voice the main six. Tara Strong, not credited. Nobody else credited either. Or not on the front page, at least. Yeah, on the back, we can see Tabitha St. Germain, Tara Strong, and Kathy Wesseluck are credited on the back, but they're not credited on the front. They're not the billed stars, even though they have more screen time and lines than all of the celebrities that are at the top of the fucking page here. Like, Lionsgate Lionsgate did not bill this movie what would be considered correctly by standard Hollywood billing practices.
I know this might probably be this. I know this bitching I displayed earlier might be strange for Kevin to hear because I did defend Erica Lindbeck after she said she didn't want her voice cloned. So.
Well, the thing is, it's not necessarily an issue of like voice cloning and whatnot, but like the big deal is that like you don't want a company like Disney to own your voice and likeness in perpetuity and be able to use it for whatever the fuck they want, which is what they were trying to do for like various MCU films and things like that. They basically were trying to create a catalog of virtual actors to whom they had exclusive to whom they had unlimited likeness rights, so that they could like use them as virtual extras. And
I see.
Yeah, back in the day, if you wanted to have like virtual extras, they'd be like shitty CGI or you know, not based on any real person, or they'd be like Forrest Gump. You'd digitally duplicate the crowd, you know, like they did with Forrest Gump, like they did for Justice League, like they did for a bunch of stuff. And Disney, one of the big things that SAG was striking about that I really like is that they're saying you can't just put somebody into a 3D scanner and own their likeness rights forever. You have to be able,
Yeah,
you know,
sense.
they're gonna make royalties off of that. That's really good. That's one of the best things that they could possibly be advocating for right now. Unfortunately, they're also advocating for a bunch of other stuff that isn't. Ow! God fucking damn it, Golduck. I'm gonna go deaf if you keep doing that.
A bunch of other stuff that is ow, god fucking damn it. What are
Like,
you talking about, Alex?
but yeah, seriously, they're.
Matrixes or something?
Oh yes, they want union mandated dominatrixes to whip the cast before they go on set.
They want them to
But
be.
no, seriously, one of the things they want is like, Stephen Amell got into a lot of trouble recently for saying that he didn't like that the union is telling him not to talk about his previous productions, even though even though Arrow has not been on the air for like 5 years now, I think,
Yeah, well...
or something like that. There were 8 seasons of Arrow, and it was fucking over. Or he couldn't talk about his previous shows. He couldn't talk about his current shows, as far as the union was concerned. And that's not good. That's not great for him because that affects his bottom line more than it does Warner Brothers. Let's be real here, because Warner Brothers is still going to be streaming Arrow on HBO Max and wherever the hell else it is, and they're still going to be selling Blu-rays. But if he can't talk about it, he's not making money off of it. Him, quote-unquote, promoting the show is not as big of a thing as like Warner Brothers streaming it somewhere. So that only negatively impacts him. And people gave him shit for saying that he didn't like that part of the strike. And he basically he's basically had to like say 20 Hail Marys and, you know, publicly flog himself an apology for that. Zachary Levi is talking about how he doesn't like Hollywood putting out dog shit, which is rich coming from the man who starred in and defended Captain Marvel 2, Wrath of the Titans. And
No, it's Shazam M2 Fury of the Titans.
Sure. Anyways, there's other DC news today, guys.
Oh boy.
Did you know that Blue Beetle's coming out on Friday?
Yes.
Yes.
The director of
might
Blue
see it.
Beetle, his name escapes me at the moment, but the director of Blue Beetle has said that Henry Cavill is in it.
Bullshit.
Ah,
Oh,
that is cap.
Bullshit.
That is
Yeah, he
such
said
cap.
that. Oh yeah, Superman's in my movie, and he's
Why
Henry
the
Cavill's
fuck
in it.
you
And it's
lying?
like
Why you always
he's either
lying?
no, he's either lying or somebody is fucking fucked up at. Okay, everybody's fucked up over at Warner Brothers, but you get my point. Like,
Yeah.
Warner Brothers doesn't know where it's going. It's the two-headed dragon, and both heads are trying to go in different directions. And the tail is off on its own, and developed a consciousness of its own, and it's trying to do something too. Like,
Wait, Alex. Are the two heads voiced by Steve Martin and Martin Short?
yes, they are.
No, wait. I think it was Eric Idle that voiced one of the dragon heads in...
Oh, Eric Idle. Well, the tail is voiced by Chevy Chase, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I
The
like
Three
where this is
Amigos,
going.
my friend. Go look it up.
Okay, then.
We are the Three Amigos.
Okay, what uses a ground type move that weakens electric type moves that don't affect the ground type Pokemon? What?
You know what? That's a very good question, Kevin.
I can understand water sport because fire type moves can still damage water types.
Hold on, sorry, I gotta mute
Golduck
myself
is
for-
dead, and Misty's about to use Quagsire. Who else but Quagsire?
He's Quagsire. You never know what he's really gonna do next. He's Quagsire. Giggity, let's have sex. I do hope nothing plans to spoil this fancy dinner party.
Kevin, you said the word sex.
Who else but Quagsire? He's Quagsire. Giggity goo.
Guys, Kevin said the word sex. Now the stream is being taken down. We did bad.
Dick.
We did
Dicks.
not please the YouTube Nazi overlords.
Oh, God.
More like the Twitch overlords. They
Hey,
suck
has
nuts.
anybody watched Spider-Man Lotus yet?
No.
No.
Yeah, Spider-Man Lotus came out this week, and I haven't seen it, but I've heard it's not great. One of these days, actually, real soon, I want us to watch that and Superman Solar.
What?
Superman Solar?
Oh, you haven't heard of it yet. Don't worry about that. We'll watch that. Actually, hey, we should, are there strong trainers in Johto like you? I'm gonna travel there someday, hey, with an idiot voiced by Veronica Taylor and a horny black man who wants to fuck Pokemon and never opens his eyes.
We're never letting
Well-
Pokemon. We're never letting Pokebridge live it down, are we?
No, we won't.
They only made like what, 2 episodes?
They made more than that.
Pokebridge?
Did they?
Oh,
I'm thinking.
Pokebridged. I thought we were talking about Pokemon Bridged.
Oh, Pokemon Bridge. My bad. Sorry.
I'm thinking of the other one that I must be thinking of the other one.
Oh yeah, I think Pokebridged only had like 3 or 4. Yeah.
That's great. Now pull down your pants.
Oh yeah, there's been some controversy about the Across the Spider-Verse digital release.
No.
Apparently there's
More.
a bunch of stuff that's been changed from the theatrical version.
I've heard about
or
this.
Like they-
such as.
Yeah, like they've edited dialogue. There's some scenes changed around, and we're like Cortana, I was gonna say. Hey, Miguel's yellow
O'Hara's,
Cortana.
AI.
Yeah, Miguel's AI companion like does and says some different stuff and things like that. So
yeah, I heard about that. Like she asks for a fist bump, but instead of actually raising her fist up, she just doesn't at all. or how Miguel O'Hara opens his mouth and shows his fangs to Victorian era vulture, but instead of doing that, he just
Renaissance vulture, yeah.
Renaissance vulture, yeah. He just, instead of showing him his fangs, he just looks at him through his mask.
Oh, that was really weird, because I loved that shot. Thought it was like, oh man, that's fucking cool. It's like he's kind of a vampire, you know?
People forget that he was like a more monstrous than most of the other human Spider-Man. He gained like razor sharp talons on the bottom of his fingers and toes. He gained
that was really cool.
No.
He was more serious than actual Spider-Man. He was more, well, I wouldn't say that actually. He was more irritable. Like he was more.
Is there a gym in Lavender Town?
No.
He had an attitude, if anything, like '90s attitude. Like, oh, what the shuck are you doing?
You should know where the gyms are. You've played Gen 1.
I know, it's been a long time.
Well, it's been 1 week since you looked at me.
Just as lovely as you used to be.
I'm trying to remember the rest of the lyrics.
It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Turn around and said that you're angry.
It's that song from a Bridgemon.
Hey, it's that song from the Digimon the movie.
On the road to Viridian City.
Oh, Gizmo.
That's off key, but whatever right now.
Gizmo.
If you thought I was serious, I'm gonna throw you.
Oh, Gizmo, at the very least, when the official remasters for, or the 3 Digimon OVAs come out, we no longer need to hear late 90s bingo.
We're going to have a we're going to have a great time. Unfortunately, we will not be able to watch Angela Anaconda without pulling out my original copy of the Digimon movie DVD. But you know what I might do? I might upscale that footage and stitch it together.
You don't need to do
that.
So that
we can have the complete theatrical Digimon experience.
No, you don't need to do that. No, you do not.
I have we can rebuild it. I have the technology.
No, do not do it.
Literally does.
Do not fucking.
I've already been
Don't
here.
You fucking dare. Oh, so now I'm in Lavaridge Town, and guess what? I can now go into the hot springs with the elderly women. I'm not sure how to feel about that. I'm not sure
I was gonna say that's not going to be horrifying whatsoever.
Elderly women being actual elders or MILFs?
Actual
I am
elders?
now at Celadon City. With open bar.
Open bar.
Let's see, what did I get?
I didn't know you were friends with Critical Drinker.
You know, I didn't know that he was a published author before he became a YouTube critic.
Really? He's an author?
Yeah. Like, he wrote like 3 books before he picked up on YouTube. And he like wrote them under his real name, unlike Razor Fist, who goes by the name Razor Fist even on his books. Like,
wow,
Razor Fist has written novels and comics, and they're all under the name Razor Fist.
So he's constantly going under a pen name that he also uses as his YouTube name.
Yes, and he has a music career, where he went by a different name.
Yeah, his real name.
Even though Razor Fist... No, it's not... There's a... The only music I know of is he had an album and like an EP. He is part of like a experimental death metal group like 15 years ago. Oh, that's not under his real name. That's under his alias, but his real name is on Metal Archives, so...
He also does some stand-up from what I hear. It's just I never seen any footage of it.
It's probably local stuff in Arizona.
It would be nice to actually see it, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if it's good. And honestly, I'm not surprised that he does stand up, considering the way his videos go.
Yes,
Right.
Does Ace live in Arizona?
Who?
Ace Salieri.
I think so. No, well, no.
Do you know who else?
No, Asa lives in another state. He just happens to be within driving distance of him.
Do you want to know who else lives in Arizona?
Booney?
Your mom.
Rob Halford. Rob Halford, lead singer of Judas Priest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a surprise. A very pleasant surprise, honestly.
Surprised to be sure, but a welcome one.
So, Alex, how did you feel about McGurk?
I almost regret watching that episode because my throat still hasn't recovered.
Hey, McGurk, where the hell are you?
McGurk! McGurk!
Different show. Leave me alone.
Yeah, Mixel Spixelated. It was a great episode. I love Gilbert Gottfried, rest in peace, and I love Mr. Mixel Spitlick. But, doing that voice was a mistake on my part. My throat still hurts.
No, my name is not Kilton Sigsum. It is Mixi. Oh, shit.
It's Kiltipsism.
It is not Celtic Sigsum. It is Mixi. Oh, shit. Sons of bitches.
You know what I'd like to see? It would have been really cool if Gilbert Gottfried had been, like, allowed to completely unleash as Mr. Mixel Spitlick.
Oh, dude, that would have been funny as hell. Imagine him improvising in that show.
No, it's mix, yes, spit, lick.
I like how he actually tries to correct Superman.
Mix. Yes.
By the way, did you know that, let me see here. I'm gonna make sure that I actually, know what I'm saying here. Okay, so yeah.
We can't even say it on there.
Let me pull this up here.
Okay.
Boomer. What? He said okay, I'm just finishing a sentence.
Okay, no, never mind. Alright, I was gonna say something and I was completely off base. I believe.
And somehow
fucking
a person with a shrill voice like Mr. Mixius Spitlick was able to get himself a hot piece of ass.
And became one of the most iconic characters in the history of animation and comics.
I don't know what her name was, so I just put her down as Mixie Spitlick's wife on waifu tier list. On my list, anyway, so I could talk to Shamus about it.
Okay.
Seamus is not gonna like how much I've just been regarding fifth gear. I'm just like,
Aren't you here all the time, Kevin? You always sound like you're so bored.
No.
Gizmo made a joke at your expense the other day. He said you sound like you're going to the principal's office.
No, I said that about Linkara.
somebody to go to the principal's office.
No, I said that about Linkara. He's got a nasally voice that makes it sound like he's telling me to go to the principal's office.
I'm the Lightbringer. I'm the fucking
Go to the
universe.
principal's office now.
And bring me some green M&Ms.
Alex, why is it that every time we think of the Lightbringer, we always have to bring up that quote from Alone in the Dark?
Because that's like the Lightbringer has a very limited number of connections, and that's the funniest. Like, we could reference the devil, but Linkara isn't evil enough to be the devil. He's too pathetic to be the devil.
Yeah.
The devil is cool. The devil has horns and a
The devil
and a
went
big
down to
spiky
Georgia.
tail.
He was looking for a
hypothetically.
soul to steal. Oh, he was in a bind
Yeah.
because he was way behind.
Linkara
He was looking
never
to make
went-
a deal.
Yeah, Linkara never went down to Georgia looking for a soul to steal. He never had a guitar battle with Chad Kroger from Nickelback, or a violin battle with the guy from Primus. I don't even know who any of the members of Primus are. I've only ever listened to that one song.
I'm going down to South Park, gonna have myself time.
Oh, that was Primus?
Yeah, I think.
Huh. God damn it.
At least I think that was Primus. I can't remember.
So Gen 3 introduces
look at that.
introduces this one Pokemon named Kecleon.
You stand out Tangela, and I beat you with one hit. Bum 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 ba da 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 da. That was probably off key.
I find it kind of weird how, out of all the Fire-type Pokemon on starters in their original generation, and Torchic's line, when it gets to Combuskin before Blaziken, doesn't learn Flamethrower at all.
I got the Rainbow Badge. I got Giga Drain.
Oh, so you got the gay badge.
Guys, Kevin, maybe you can help me with this one. Should I pick the Charmander, Squirtle, or Bulbasaur in the Pokemon TCG?
Squirtle.
Bulbasaur?
Charmander.
Oh, fuck.
So now you have 3 competing answers.
Yep.
Normies pick Charizard.
Oh yeah, before I forget, do any of you have any questions for me right now?
No.
Do you
Well,
look?
how you been, man?
Huh?
How you been, man?
Oh yeah, that. Better than I've ever been.
That's good to hear.
Like Metallo in that episode, I feel fantastic. You know, except I can still taste and smell.
And
Feel.
you haven't been crushed at the bottom of the sea. Apparently, Taylor Swift is rumored to be playing Dazzler in Deadpool 3.
Actually, no, I could see that. Just, I don't see her as an
Why
acting
the
girl,
fuck
though.
is Dazzler in this movie?
Bitch, you better respect Dazzler. Respect
don't know.
Dazzler.
Dazzler is worthless!
Respect her.
Taylor Swift is not.
No.
Taylor Swift is not my first choice for that role. Well, they could definitely make Dazzler work in live action. Personally,
Dazzler
Taylor Momsen
sucks!
might have been a better choice.
Cindy Lou?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing, though. I could see Taylor Swift dressing as Dazzler. I just don't see her as an actress.
Taylor Swift actually has done some voice acting.
Voice
let me
acting,
pull this up
okay,
here.
but I just don't see her as an actress. Not a
Again-
voice actress. A
again,
regular
why the-
actress.
Why the hell is Dazzler in this movie? She
Yeah, I
literally
throw you-
sucks.
I mean, that's a
Don't be
good
dissing Dazzler.
question.
She
Her
was in
powers
the
are
X-Men arcade
worthless.
game. No, it ain't. I throw you. I throw you Zangief style.
Oh, like you could pick me up?
Yes.
You physically
Now,
can't.
unfortunately, Taylor Swift is not a bad actress. Unfortunately, she was in Cats.
Ugh. You know, when people wanted to see their favorite furry characters come to life, that's not what they meant.
Yeah,
Because nobody
quite
likes
frankly,
cats.
hey, like the casting in that film was generally quite good. They
Impressive,
had
actually.
They had Jason friggin' Derulo as the Rum Tum Tugger, and then they didn't let him do his thing. Jason Derulo is a very over-the-top performer, and it was the most subdued I've ever seen him in his career.
Anyway. Hey, so again, Dazzler sucks.
I throw you.
You...
Don't be dissing Dazzler.
Dazzler...
I remember when Dazzler showed up in the X-Men cartoon, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Who are you? Why are we here?
Dazzler's badass. Don't get me started. She's Jubilee before Jubilee was a thing.
Jubilee was better.
Jubilee was also... Jubilee was also... Not only was Jubilee better, but Jubilee was also, like, introduced beforehand in the X-Men comic, so,
Dazzler could literally hypnotize you with her powers. Jubilee cannot.
Her powers suck.
Hey, baby, can't you
Her
see?
powers are about as lame as fucking Vertigo.
throw
Oh,
you.
Vertigo! I'm gonna get dizzy!
So, I throw you.
Now, she can shoot laser beams.
Uh-huh, and so could Cyclops.
Yeah,
No,
I was gonna say, like, we already had Cyclops by that
Actually,
point.
Cyclops'
So-
powers work differently than a laser. They're more like a
It's
force
irrelevant. It's a fucking beam of stuff.
I'm a fire with my
more like a-
laser!
His laser beam isn't really a laser beam. If it hit you, or me, or anyone else in this chat room, it would pretty much be like a punch to the stomach.
Yeah, it wouldn't cut through immediately, but
It
the thing
wouldn't-
is...
it wouldn't melt through, cut through, or anything. So stuff
Optic
like when
blast.
stuff like when X-Men Legends, where you're supposed to like fix some holes so you can prevent a ship from sinking. It didn't make sense to me when Cyclops was able to melt the fucking beams together.
Optic blast.
Okay, but let's... Like, we have other characters that are, like, part of the X-Men who can do
That's
stuff,
needs some
you
more
know?
respect. Hold on, though. Yeah, Dazzler
Hang on.
needs more respect.
Hang on. Ability to convert light into various forms of an intensity. Ability to convert sound into light of various forms and intensity. Okay, that's not bad. But light energy granting flight invisibility and hologram generation,
There you
and
go.
now she is the discount invisible woman.
Yep,
No, that's not Discount Invisible Woman.
that
She can
is.
still hypnotize you. She has the power to hypnotize. It's been proven.
Light projection, ultraviolet light, sound release, echolocation, light shield, light beam. I'm not seeing hypnosis on the list of powers here, but I'll take your word
There
for
was
it.
a comic book where they have to chase down
But-
some gremlin-looking motherfucker
Okay,
down
dude,
the
do you
sewers.
know who else?
Someone-
Do you know who else
someone-
could hypnotize you? Jean
Who?
Grey and Professor Xavier.
And Biggie
And then-
Smalls.
Jean Grey Professor X could turn off your brain. Very
Yeah, that's
literally.
something else. There's a difference between messing with your mind and messing with your mind. Get off my nuts.
Anyway, Gizmo, who are you playing as right now?
Chinoa.
Ah, aka
Apparently, they wanted to get Cher to play Dazzler
Cher?
originally. Yeah, they wanted Cher to play Dazzler.
No. If she's not willing to straighten up that hair, I don't see that happening.
Yeah. But that was like 40 years ago, too.
Yeah, like again, she would have had to have committed to the role and like fix her hair up to look like Dazzler's, dye it or something, wear a wig over it. I don't think she'd be willing to do that. That's like seeing Triple H, grow out his hair for a role. It's like, not
Okay,
really.
fun fact, he actually did that once.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it's like modern day Triple H growing his hair
Okay,
out for a
true,
role.
true.
I don't see that happening.
Time to play the game.
He's gonna
Something
beat
about
the
the game,
game
how you
in the
play
middle of the
All
ring.
about controlling if you can't take it.
You know, I've been telling one of my I've been saying to one of my coworkers, that there are good reasons why you should vote Rick Astley as our president.
If he wouldn't give you up, he won't let you down, never gonna run around and desert you.
Wow.
Never gonna say goodbye.
Way to ruin the mood. Way to ruin things, Gizmo. Now I'm sad. I hope you're happy.
Well, Kevin, we kind of heard this one many times before.
Huh.
It's not really good.
Do I need to go to the Indigo Plateau to get to whatever the fuck is in the corner here?
What?
Look at my stream.
Also,
So you see
have
that-
to keep it.
You see that thing in the corner there? The town.
What? The
town to the left of Cerulean.
Oh, Pewter City? No. Oh, if you got to it with if you got to Pewter City through using Diglett Cave in Vermilion, then you could go to Pewter.
Okay, so I'm... Okay.
So go to Vermilion City, then go to Diglett's Cave, and...
Okay, so I'm in... Hang on. So I gotta go to Vermilion.
Yes.
Even though I'm already in Cerulean.
Yes.
So I can't just go left from there, huh?
No. Because that passage is blocked by a ledge that you can't and go over.
So I gotta go to Vermilion.
Go through Diglett's Cave, and make sure you have a Pokemon that knows Cut.
Yep.
Alright.
Here's
Diglett's
my
Cave
concern.
is north of here, right?
Diglett's
Here's my
Cave
other
is
concern.
not north of
Vermilion, okay. I gotcha.
it's east, and then you go into the cave.
Okay, I gotcha.
It's
Here's
literally
my other concern with...
No, I already got it. Kevin, let Gizmo talk.
Alright.
Here's my other concern with Dazzler. She has more than just 2 costumes. Not counting her ultimate look, she's got like a wide variety of costumes. Like, it's not just her white jumpsuit, it's not just her blue jumpsuit, it's not just her faux hawk look and ultimate. No, she's got more than one. She's got more than those looks. More than one hairstyle too. So if Taylor Swift was gonna be cast as the Dazzler, not only would they have to pick the right costume, they would have to also pick the right hairdo, because I don't see Taylor Swift cutting. Well, no, I don't. I think she has cut her hair once, but I don't see her having certain hairstyles over the other. Like, I don't see her having the same headband hairstyle as Dazzler did years ago with that blue jumpsuit. I don't see her having the...
Dude, it's Disney. They'll just CGI it.
Oh, fuck that, man. If they're gonna give her a costume, give her a costume. I hate that CGI costume shit. It looked bad on Green Lantern.
No, I'm talking about the hair.
Oh, same thing. It's part of the costume. It's part of the look. It's part of the costume. It looked bad in Green Lantern. It looked bad in the goddamn Mouse in Wonderland movies. Why would they think it would look good now?
Although apparently the CGI artists are voting to unionize now. For as much as you can say, hey, that the unions aren't necessarily that great at their jobs, and you can point to a bunch of different reasons why. At the very least, Disney. Yeah, at the very least, Disney is going to be is not going to be running people in the CGI mines anymore. Or do you know, like all the bullshit that they have CGI artists do in these movies is? Did you see that they actually started cutting credits from the CGI so that they could make the credits
All right,
shorter.
I need a
Why
I need a
would
Bon
you do
Jovi.
that at all?
I need a Bon Jovi theme name for Trapinch. What am I calling it?
Can't go home.
Let's see.
Why would you cut someone's name out in the first place? I was like, look, if I understand
So
if
they can make the credits shorter.
I
Literally, the
understand-
reason
No, that's a shitty
they
reason,
gave
though.
was that I know it's a shitty reason. And the
only
reason that they
reason-
gave was that there are too many names in the credits. We can't credit everybody. And to which I
Yes, you
say, you either need to
can!
hire fewer people or make the credits longer.
Yes, you can name all those people. They're fucking idiots.
Yeah, no, I know.
Like, dude, okay, the only reason you should cut anybody's name out in the credits is if they no longer work for you during
If
that
their work
during that
didn't make it in
time.
the movie is one
During
thing.
that, if they no longer work for you and that during that time they haven't worked on this movie, which is common sense, or there was some sort of spat between that guy and the studio, and they called you everything they called you every bad name under the sun, and with no good reason, and then sure, cut all ties with them. If they're being an asshole, cut ties with them. If they're being a jackass, cut ties with them. They haven't worked on that movie. Common sense indicate cut ties with them, right? But the fact you just want to cut their names out just to make the credits shorter, dude, this is some fast food mentality, and not in a good way. It's like, well, we want to save up on the tomatoes on our sandwich, so what we do is we only give them halves of a tomato. Motherfucker, I better see a whole ass circle on there. I didn't pay for no half tomatoes.
Yeah.
Just like right over there. I pay to see the whole credits. I don't care if I'm going to sleep through them. I don't care if I'm just going to be talking
everybody's
through them.
gonna fucking wait to see the fucking end credits scene anyways. You could literally put a recipe for blueberry scones in the end credits, and people will sit through it.
That
You
sounds
can literally
funny.
put down the
That is
recipe for-
literally something that happened, by the way. Hey, there is I can't
Why am
remember
I
what
not
movie it is,
surprised?
but it has a recipe for blueberry. It was either blueberry or raspberry biscuits in the end credits.
You could literally put down the cure for cancer. Nobody's going to be reading through that. But at the very least, you at least put all the names on there, and everybody is happy.
You want to
The
know
fact
what
you're
Seth
just cutting-
MacFarlane ended up joking with in the second Family Guy Star Wars thing?
What?
He said it was like, I could just put in a CGI elephant and going across the credit. That's with how much money we're wasting on this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Cue
By the way,
CGI
I beat Brock.
elephant in question.
The CGI elephants.
I beat
then he
Brock, and
tells
Brock
us
is
how-
disappointed I didn't let him fuck any of my Pokemon.
And then he tells us how much it costed us to have the Then he tells us how much it costed just us to have that and be a thing in
Cost.
that movie.
Kevin, I have to say, guys. Okay, so now I have to correct both of you. Cost is already past tense.
Whatever, man.
Anyways, Gizmo, what were you saying? Sorry.
I forgot what I was even trying to say.
You interrupted Gizmo again, guys.
Did we?
Yeah.
Fuck. We're really bad at this.
We know. We're according to Asa, the most chaotic stream on the internet.
Yeah, so, Gizmo. Oh, so you were talking about, like, the only reason to cut somebody from the credits, and yeah, so, there are a few...
Yeah, okay, I remember now.
Yeah, so there are a few times where, whole scenes and actors have been cut from a movie. Hey, so, like, after, the Kevin Spacey sexual abuse allegations came out, Ridley Scott cut him from All the Money in the World and refilmed all but one shot of the movie that featured him with Christopher Plummer. And, you know, he is not credited in the final film whatsoever. Because I think the only way you could see him and it was like the back of his head in one shot. Like his
Yeah, that
likeness
makes sense,
wasn't
too.
used, nothing was. Because he wasn't credited. Similar thing happened with Chris D'Elia. Chris D'Elia had some sexual abuse allegations come out. See if I can read this here.
Stuff
Because
like
Chris
that makes
D'Elia,
sense, too, though.
yeah, because Chris D'Elia was cast in the movie. He was famously he was supposed to play the pilot in Army of the Dead, and when the sexual abuse allegations came out, and credible or not, we're not here to talk about that. Zack Snyder reshot all of his scenes with Tig Notaro, and digitally inserted her on top of him. And the thing is, it's fucking seamless. Like, you can't. I went back and rewatched the movie because I didn't know that at the time. I looked. I couldn't tell. There is one shot where it looks like she's not on the same set as the other members of the cast, and it's not one where they're even on screen together. Or they're like, it's a reverse shot, where they go up to talk to her, and then it cuts back and forth. So it was shot during COVID, so there were already going to be some
guys, I got a
issues.
choice. So I have the root fossil and the claw fossil. Which one sounds more appealing?
Which one gives better Pokemon?
The claw fossil gives you Anorith, which evolves into Armaldo. Oh, the root fossil gives you Lilip, which evolves into Cradily.
I don't know either of those.
Well, let's put it this way: one has higher attack stat, the other has as much higher defense.
Defense.
Here's the thing.
All right, go for defense.
Here's the problem: defense is only beneficial in competitive Pokemon.
Oh well, fuck it then.
All right, so
Fucking
I guess
competitive Pokemon.
But yeah, there were also apparently there were also a couple of scenes with actors from like Thor: Love and Thunder and the new Ant-Man 3 and various other things that Marvel put out recently. With let me see here.
Should have called the movie Blood and Thunder.
Oh, that would have
Just like
been a cooler name.
Look, Tarogar, Blood and Thunder for the Horde.
Let's see here.
You guys got any help tips?
But there were a
for
bunch of
maybe watching Alex.
Do I have any what now?
Health tips.
Oh, health tips. Okay, so
Health tips with whoever may be watching.
okay,
Yeah,
so
when
MSM
you,
is good. Get MSM. Glucosamine chondroitin is all right. Don't take too much of it. It'll start feeling like sandpaper inside your bones. Collagen. Everybody should be taking collagen. Like, don't think that just because don't think that collagen won't benefit you just because you're not like some crazy supermodel or whatever. Or because collagen helps pad your joints. Collagen feels like somebody injected lubricant straight into your joints. It's fucking amazing. Excuse me. Eat lots of spinach.
Not a big fan. I don't know.
Eat rotisserie chicken straight out of the garbage can, but only open it by using punches. Lay in the grass if you want to be healed of your cuts and gunshots. Oh, wait a minute.
And make sure always eat meat that you find in walls.
If you want,
But seriously, spinach works great for a number of reasons. One, it's
Yes.
full of nutrients that are essential for everyday life. life and just make you healthier in general. Well, it's also a low-calorie, high-density food, so if you need to fill yourself up, it will do that without making you fat.
It's also known to prevent cancer.
Grow to like it after a while. Like, I don't like it right now, but I'll probably grow to like it.
You know, the worst part is
And it'll
that
give you Popeye powers.
one of my coworkers actually suggested that since I don't really have since I wouldn't really have that much spare time to really just go to the gym after work and whatnot, to just kind of, you know, do whatever exercises I would need to do back at home and whatnot.
Jumping jacks, push-ups, pull-ups, etc. Oh, those are good. If for some reason, oh yeah. Speaking of Thor: Love and Thunder, I'm getting attacked by Axl Rose now.
Whoa, sweet child of mine.
I still think Claymore did to you wasn't cool.
Yeah. It's like he just does this to ease. He just does this because he's an insecure fuckwit.
Yeah. Push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups,
And plenty of juice.
jumping jacks, things like that. Doing those is great. You'll eventually get to a point where you're doing so many of those that you're kind of sick of it, and that's when you probably need to start doing like weighted exercises, with dumbbells, barbells, etc.
My dad's got dumbbells.
Wii Sports Resort, Dance Dance Revolution, Punch Out.
If you want to work up a sweat, Wii Sports Boxing is fucking great for that.
Oh yeah.
My Wii Sports disc is too messed up for me to even consider that an option.
Literally buy one online.
Like I said,
Yeah, they're like $2.
I'm not
Yeah,
trying.
they're very, very cheap.
Well, if it ends up being too expensive, I'm just going to go through the audio of this video and cite both of you guys.
But you can
know what you
literally
could
find
do?
one in stores very cheap. It's almost like finding a Superman 64 for a penny. They're everywhere.
You know what you could do too? You know what you could do?
What?
You could go onto the internet and download a modding software for your Wii and load a copy of Wii Sports off of your SD card.
And you can even get a USB sensor bar for your PC.
Yes.
That reminds me, I gotta get a security webcam.
Okay.
Why? What happened?
Because this neighborhood cannot be trusted. I've seen crackheads running around this neighborhood.
Oh yeah. There was I told the story last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told the story last week, but there was speaking of which, there was a tweaker who used to work at, I say tweaker, I don't know what that means specifically, but he claimed to smoke weed and probably did more drugs than that, who used to work at Subway with me and robbed the store and got fired and showed up after work, after me and the manager left and tried to work. And fortunately, we told the night shift guys that he was not allowed on the premises anymore because he stole from the store. And so they ran him out on a rail. And then this guy got arrested for burglary, felony burglary.
Of course he did.
For robbing from one of my neighbor's houses.
Oof.
And that happened in my neighborhood. That happened in literally not even walking distance. I could jump from my driveway to the place where this guy was stealing from.
Oh, Alex, I gotta tell you something interesting. So, there was like a tweet of some fan art of, as I know you mentioned tweaking, in which for some reason my mind thought twerking. And so, don't ask why my mind thinks these stupid things. Anyway, so someone posted like a fan art of Pyra from Xenoblade Chronicles 2 with like these with like massive cheeks. And, you know. Oh,
Yeah, we get
the
these
extra
with them.
thick kind. And someone's like, "Hey, Pyra, what are you doing with those?" My response was twerking vigorously in front of Rex. And Rex be like, I think I know where this is going, but for some reason I actually like it. He doesn't know. He doesn't know why, because he's such a confused one.
I'm up on Mount Moon.
Which, by the way, your rival's there.
Yeah, I already beat him.
Oh, Mount Moon is just a single room in Gen 2. It's not a dungeon anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of lame.
What are you gonna do? Yeah, and the funny thing is that the Gen 2 remakes, Heart Gold and Soul Silver, do actually add in the entirety of the Seafoam Islands dungeon, and as well as Cerulean Cave to the list of dungeons you can explore, or in Kanto. Oh, and it also brought back Viridian Forest, because Viridian Forest because unfortunately Viridian Forest in the version you're playing is gone.
Oh.
It has the music, but that's about it. I know.
On a road to Viridian Forest.
Did you get the badges from the? Did you get the Marsh badge from Sabrina?
I beat Sabrina a while ago. Yeah.
Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure. So you got all 6 badges except for Blaine, correct? Because all you gotta do.
I believe so. Yeah.
Because all you gotta do to get Blaine's badge is just go down to Pallet Town, Earth to what remains of Cinnabar Island, and go right to where the Seafoam Islands used to be, and then Blaine will be right there ready to face you. Oh, and in the version you're playing, he's the only trainer there. I'm not kidding.
Okay.
Same case with the last gym leader of the game. Seems kind of easy, wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
And then the boss.
Oh my god, it's a wild Pikachu. You're level 4. You were completely worthless to me.
But don't you want a Raichu?
I'll try Chew.
Raichu.
Oh, in other news, Activision has confirmed that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, the remake, will cost $70.
Okay, so a couple of years ago, GameStop was selling Modern Warfare 3 for like $1.20 a piece, and I have like 3 copies of it. I already had Modern Warfare 3, but still.
He also says the publisher says this year's entry is a premium release and not an expansion.
You know, I don't give a shit. I'm not paying $70 for a remake of a game that I already own. I love Modern Warfare Trilogy. Modern Warfare 1, 2, and 3, they're like some of the best games ever made. But, like, I said Modern Warfare Trilogy. Nah.
There is a Modern Warfare Trilogy. Call of Duty, Modern Warfare.
I'm just saying. Like, I love the Modern Warfare Trilogy. They're fucking great. I'm not paying $70 a piece, $60 a piece, and $70 for the last one, and for these fucking games. I didn't even pay retail for them. Okay, so
Well, you also gotta understand, back then, Call of Duty was literally being released as much as Madden games or MLB games were back then.
Call of Duty is
Or-
still being released as much as Madden is.
It isn't really though, not as much anymore because now they're releasing remakes and remasters. That was not a thing with Call of Duty, not yet anyway. It wasn't until like around what, the 2020s.
Hang on, is this a remaster or is this like Modern Warfare 3, quote unquote?
Well, Modern Warfare 3 is already available on. Excuse me. Modern Warfare 3 is already available on PC. That's the thing. But so what I'm guessing is it's just going to be another remake or remaster, just like Modern Warfare 2 was.
Nope. The sequel in August 2023, following a series of leaks, Activision confirmed that Modern Warfare III, because Modern Warfare II, and Modern Warfare III are completely different.
Boy,
Yeah, so Modern Warfare III, 3 in Roman numerals, as it were, is the one that's going to be released this year.
Netflix finally streams video games.
How?
Let me see here. Netflix is kicking off the first public test of its cloud streamed games beginning Monday. When was this article released? August 14th. Oh, wow. Okay, so literally it just came out. This news came out today. Let's see. Beginning Monday, so they must mean today or next week because they're not specifying. It says that some Netflix subscribers in Canada and the UK will be able to check out Netflix games streamed to select TVs, connected TV devices, and on the web from Netflix.com. In a blog post,
do they not know what the fuck happened to Stadia?
They've been teasing this idea for a while now. I don't know why nobody's learned from that. Nobody wants to stream a fucking game.
how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
In a blog post, Netflix VP of Games Mike Verju characterized this as a, quote, limited beta test to a small number of members. So not all subscribers in Canada and the UK will have it right away. But even though this initial launch is small, it marks a potentially huge moment for Netflix's gaming ambitions. The company first launched its mobile gaming offerings as a free perk for subscribers in November 2021. Really? I haven't heard of it. So far, the company's titles have only been available on iOS and Android. By bringing games to TVs and web browsers over cloud streaming, subscribers will potentially be able to play Netflix's titles in a lot more places, and it also means that Netflix could begin to compete for gaming time on TVs and PCs. Haha!
No.
Oh, you'll regret saying that. The two games available right now are the first Oxenfree, made by Night School Studio, which Netflix now owns, and a new title, Mulhew's Mining Adventures, which Verju describes as a gem mining arcade game. When playing on TV, you'll control by using your smartphone. On Android, the controller will be accessible through the Netflix app, while on iOS, you need to download a special controller app. Spokesperson Chrissy Kelleher tells The Verge, yes, the one that mysteriously appeared on the App Store last week, if you have access to the game on the web, you'll play them with a mouse and keyboard. Here are the TVs and connected TV devices that will support Netflix's games for now. Amazon TV, Chromecast, LG TVs, NVIDIA Shield TV, Roku devices and TVs, Samsung Smart TVs, and Walmart On. Verju promises that more devices will be added, quote, on an ongoing basis. I haven't tried any of Netflix's
this isn't gonna work.
Nope.
I haven't tried any Netflix's stream games myself, so I can't vouch for what it's like to actually play them. Given Netflix's long experience in streaming video, I suspect that things are decently smooth. I'm gonna stop right there because this is gonna fail hard.
Yeah, this is
It's
completely different stuff. By the way, I have to interrupt for a quick second here. Kevin, guess what I'm naming my Pikachu?
What are you naming your Pikachu?
Hotel ads.
Get back here, Shocker! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth!
So you're gonna name it Shocker?
Yes.
Shocker. Also, no, that's not how you do it. Get back here,
Kevin?
Shocker!
Kevin, I
Shocker!
Okay, then.
You can't escape me! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth! God,
So as I was saying, I already shredded my throat yesterday, but, you know, feel free to do that to your own.
I shred my throat a lot.
Right there, Meatloaf.
Is he done?
Yes, I've been done.
By the way, Gizmo. Oh, I have to say something here.
Yes.
So there has not been a single Call of Duty game. So there has been a Call of Duty game every year since 2005.
Every year?
Yep.
Every year.
Not counting the remakes.
Call of Duty 2, 2005. Call of Duty 3, 2006. Modern Warfare, Hero 7, World of War 08. Modern Warfare 2, 09. Black Ops 2010. Modern Warfare 3, 2011. 2012 was Black Ops 2. 13, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare 14. 15 was Black Ops 3. Infinite Warfare 16. World War 2 was 2017. Black Ops 4, 2018. In Modern Warfare, or the
There you go. That's a remake.
reboot-ish.
That's a remake.
Nope, reboot, not a
Either
remake.
way, it's a re.
Yeah, but it's
It's in the
It's
re
not-
category. The rehashing an old game.
no the remaster of the original game came out with Infinite Warfare. Or Modern Warfare might as well be Modern Warfare 4.
Play Infinite Warfare? No, they bought it just so they could play the Modern Warfare game.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like Modern Warfare 2019 is not the same game as Modern Warfare 2007.
They still remade it.
Yes, but that is still an original game in 2019. The remake, remaster, whatever the hell you want to call it, was back in 2016. Then they had Black Ops Cold War, Call of Duty Vanguard, or Modern Warfare 2, and Modern Warfare 3. And this is with Roman numerals, not, real
The Roman
numbers.
numerals are stupid the way they're doing that in Black Ops.
Yeah.
That's a 4?
Yeah, there has not been a single... yes, I believe so. Huh. Okay, so there has actually been a Call of Duty game every year since 2003. There has been at least one. Finest Hour, Big Red 1, Final Fronts, Road to Victory, Mobile. Oh, that's a DS game. Those kind of don't count. Black Ops Declassified.
Okay. But aren't those completely new games, though?
Yeah, but those are also like those are basically demakes of the original game.
D-makes. So D-makes don't count.
Well, it's a port. Like it's a glorified port,
Isn't remaster kind of a glorified port too?
I mean, yeah, but the remasters didn't. I didn't count the remasters when I was reading this stuff out either.
You did.
No, I didn't.
The Modern Warfare remaster.
2019 is not a remaster. It's just a different game using the fucking recognizable branding. It's like saying that Total Recall with Arnold and Total Recall with Colin Farrell, I think his name is. That's like saying those two are the same movie.
Wait, hold on.
You're like, no, this...
Are we talking Colin Farrell as in Bullseye?
Yes, that guy.
Bullseye.
Didn't Colin Farrell sexually assault Peter?
What?
Yeah, in Family Guy, he assaulted Peter.
At this point, what character hasn't sexually assaulted Peter? Peter has been sexually assaulted by a bull, or aka breeding bull. I got a house on the...
STDs he has now.
Then he's also been molested by his own daughter after he got out of prison.
And Wouldn't do
That's karma.
anything for love, but I
That's karma.
want some that.
Or that. Or
Look
that.
at this.
Oh dear
Oh,
God,
holy
even
shit,
that.
even that.
You guys
You're the
got
first
any
visitor I've had in a long
requests?
time. Slash received
Hey,
nugget.
Guys, you guys
Yes.
got any requests for character voices?
Hmm.
I know Kevin's
Sailor
got
Moon-
one and it's Beast Boy.
Sailor Moon's original dub.
I know Kevin didn't request that. That was just something I wanted to do
Oh,
for
no.
one day.
That's what I want to do, though. Sailor Moon's original dub voice.
I
Linda
want
Linda
a pet
Valentine.
Gilbert Gottfried.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm molting. By the way, Gizmo.
Sailor Moon.
So, you know how some people have said that because of the results of the Darthest of Vaders versus Obito was kind of capped, that I was supposedly a coping and or seething.
Bro,
I mean, we were all kind of coping after that.
Yeah, but some
We
guy
were all
some guy I
seething.
bit,
Coping may be optional.
some guy on Twitter that I had conversed with a while ago when Guts versus Dimitri was initially announced was saying like, oh, it's gonna be cathartic to watch Dimitri die, blah blah blah. I told him, yeah, that's
Yeah, that was.
yeah, that ended up.
It's
that
kind of funny.
I was proven right to the point where I had more than earned that Razor Fist reaction.
Dude, that fake out at the end, though, had me going.
Yeah, that was actually a genuinely good fake out. Like, even if the battle could have been a lot longer, that was actually pretty good. And this is coming from a guy who's not really a big fan of Death Battle.
Why do
Really
you
hope-
hate Death Battle these days?
We have an entire video series dedicated.
No.
We have-
No more. I remember. They're owned by Rooster Teeth. That's why.
No, that's not it. It's just the fact that it feels like a lot of the time, even though they claim to do a lot of research on a number of these battles, it's just...
There's
It
always
feels
a
like-
lot of there's always a lot of factors as to why most people think that they're playing favorites or they didn't do such a good job. Some of them obvious, but some of them not so. Like, for example, the results. That one's not such an obvious thing. Stuff like animation, the lack of research, that kind of thing is not so obvious unless you know what you're looking at or listening to. Because I could say right now, oh, that animation looks like shit. Yeah, everyone knows what I'm talking about if everyone else, looks and, like, pays attention. Now, but if I say something along the lines of, oh, they have to be biased, oh, that's not enough information, or like, oh, look, or something like that, then yeah, that's not so obvious because you would have to know some of the shit that they're talking about or some of the shit they're not talking about.
And it's like... and it's like this... And it's like, even though I and many other people I've talked to about Guts versus Dimitri agreed with me that Dimitri was gonna win, it's like this guy keeps insisting like, oh, Dimitri is totes gonna lose because he's not quote unquote durable. Like, durable is like some of the godlike beings that most Fire Emblem lords take down on a regular basis. And I'm just like, so you're telling me that a character who at a moment of weakness where they had pretty much decided they wanted to die at that point, like, is their max? You're saying their maximum durability is small girl with knife.
Mental health does factor into this battle too.
Exactly, and neither of these two individuals are mentally sound.
And as Quiet Riot once said, mental health will drive you mad.
Yeah,
They're
And-
not. No, well, I don't think so.
And
He's
then,
a little. The Fire Emblem guy is a little more unhinged than Guts is.
by
feel
the end
like.
of Blue Lions, he's actually he actually becomes far more reasonable than Guts. It's just,
Same thing same thing can be said with Guts, but if you compare how they both reacted when their mental health was like lower than poor, he looked a little more unhinged than Guts did.
Now
fair.
in Viridian City,
It's one thing if you just curse to yourself and like try to tell yourself to ignore the voices, but it's another thing entirely if you're in a crowded area and you're staring at the mirror telling that voice to shut the hell up and you're trying to choke it out.
Right.
I am now in Viridian City. I believe I made a mistake.
What do you
yeah?
mean? You've beaten the other 6 gyms, so
Nope, that's where I need to be. So I just need to go south down to Pallet Town.
yeah, just down to Pallet Town,
Yes.
and then go further. Go to visit Professor Oak, and go down to the then use surf to travel to Cinnabar Island.
So back to Netflix.
I still wasn't finished
I thought we
talking.
were
What
done
are
with
we?
that one.
Were we? I mean, we trailed off.
There
from
wasn't
it,
really much.
I mean,
to talk
basically,
about.
we kind of said that, like, it's like Stadia and it's gonna fail because they haven't
Yeah,
learned
but
from the past
here's-
3 times
here's-
somebody's tried to do this.
Right, but if they want to be successful, they have to try and not. But we have to also talk about if they want to be successful at it, because nobody really thought of this. No, I don't think anybody's really thought of this. And when it comes to video gaming online, any game works, right? Multiplayer,
Yeah,
shooters, fighters, puzzles, third-person shooters, FPS, that kind of thing, right? But when we're talking about streaming, I feel like you have to be very, very, very limited to what games you can play. Because I think that's another thing nobody really talks about. Because we can talk all day about like how Stadia failed because of poor customer service, lack of tech, broken promises, that kind of thing. But another thing that people have never really talked about was the kind of games that they have on there. Like, sure, it's impressive that we can play Red Dead Redemption 2 on the thing in high definition, but
Right. But it's not going to work very well.
Right, but at the same time, did it really need to be Red Dead Redemption 2? A very high-paced, very graphic-munching game? You don't have to have every game on there. You can just have a select number of games just to show it can work.
Right.
Well, yeah.
When I think, like,
Here's the thing.
game-
They were
the
going
kind of
for
games I think
for like big AAA games, and they should have
That's
been
the problem.
going for like smaller stuff. Like
Yes, that's
Xbox
what they
Live
should've done.
didn't start off sending out Xbox Live Arcade started off with like Uno. They started off with like chess, checkers, etc. You didn't have you didn't have full Xbox games on there. They started off with like tiny things that would fit on the 8GB hard drive they had in the original Xbox. And they started off they started off trying to sell games and not the system. I'm like you think, we offer these games on this system and people will come get it, but they already have those games.
You mean like what Nintendo ended up doing?
Yeah,
That's a different story.
like
I know.
we already have those games.
I know. Oh, Gizmo, there's a difference, but the thing is that it's like when Nintendo did something that was actually better than both Netflix and Stadia, you fucked up. Granted, it's not entirely better, but you get the idea.
Yeah, but it's the only option. It's the only way you can play those games. That's the huge difference. But going back to Netflix, I think if they want to be a success, try not to put every kind of game. Don't put every genre under the sun. Like, okay, you can have your AAA games.
Go with stuff that you can support.
Right. They could go for AAA games, but they don't have to be shooters or third-person games or FPS games or all these action-based games. It could be It could be like 16-bit, 8-bit games. It could be stuff
Yeah,
like
they need
indie. It could be like indie
They need to go
games
for
too.
stuff that you can hypothetically run on the hardware that's in a TV, you know?
Right.
Stuff that can run,
games.
and especially for streaming, you need to do stuff, not just stuff that can run on a TV, but you gotta have stuff that'll run fairly smoothly on a shitty internet connection.
My
And
point
if
and
all
click
you can
games-
run is fucking checkers, great. We can play checkers on Netflix. We can play chess on Netflix. We can do something. It's better than not being able to play Red Dead Redemption 2 shittily, you know?
Right, but they would have to think of a way. Why can I play? They would have to think of a way to answer. Oh, why should I play checkers on Netflix when I got checkers right here? Like, think of a way to make it unique from just the board game or
online,
other ways.
Online play is one thing.
Yeah,
you know, you
like
could
put
play
some
that.
online play on those things. But same thing with like there's like a watch party option on a lot of streaming services now. Maybe you
Yeah,
could do the
Amazon
same
Prime
thing.
has something like that.
Yeah, maybe you could have the same thing if you decide to put in point and click games, like say The Walking Dead or the Batman games, or not Batman Arkham, like the point and click Telltale Batman games.
You
That
know,
was
they
on
could probably
Stadia.
put
And they have
Uh,
there's like a Twitch option where it's like you let the viewers, say what they want and their answers will pop on screen or something like that. Yeah, have
Yeah.
something like that. You could have something like that where like family members and friends and like friends of friends and friends of family can just
and you
get
could
together
run
and-
like, yeah, you could especially run like stuff like old
Whiplash.
Delphine and Sierra and LucasArts games on there, or stuff like Day of the Tentacle, and it wouldn't be anything particularly special, but it's something that would actually be able to run on the fucking system. Like,
and
you
then
can't stream action games on a high latency internet connection like that. Dear God, no.
I mean, even
Anything
if you,
that has an arcade element isn't going to work well.
and even
not
if you
right
could,
now,
you have to be
anyways, not in
very
America.
selective.
Well, yeah, for one, it's based entirely on where you are. Hell, you've seen how much trouble we have on fucking Mario Party.
Yes, dude, I tried
We've had-
streaming. I tried streaming a game of Kill It with Fire on my Xbox One. It was
Yeah.
shit.
We had plenty of trouble with Mario Party when we were playing it on cartridges that we had, much less the cloud shit. We've had trouble playing Smash, and that's on cartridges that we have.
Yep.
And the streaming doesn't make it any better.
No.
Yeah, streaming will never replace any other form of gaming. Period, because there's always going to be connection problems of some sort, whether it be because of
Yeah.
your location or whether it be the bill you need to pay,
A storm.
a storm, like an act of God, those kind of things, like a storm.
Do you know?
lightning
Do you know
bolt,
what
hurricane.
happens? Since I have a not great internet connection, so I'm limited to the bitrate I can stream at and have it
Right.
not completely fuck up. But oh, hi Blue. You want to challenge me? I'm not in the mood for battle right now. Yeah, I have a not great internet connection, so I'm limited in the bitrate that I can stream and have it reasonably not fuck up. And when Blue's gonna be at the Viridian City Gym, and now he's Wonder Woman'd his way up into the sky. That's
yeah,
cool.
Now you gotta go beat up Blaine in Cinnabar Island, so just go east of right on the gym, and so just go east and you'll east to where Seafoam Islands used to be.
Okay. And like I can't fucking deal with trying to stream a whole game. Like I said, get our Mario Party streams.
Fucking.
Hey, at least we had fun.
Right,
Hey,
but we still have problems.
We
with
have fun. It's just that we're having less fun than we
I know.
would if the game was working correctly.
I know.
You know?
Right.
I swear, one of these days or stuff like that, we gotta actually, physically meet up.
That would work, but still, we would have to meet up.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I can kill an enemy faster with a gun, but I'll still have to get a gun.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it takes all this work to get a gun, permits, background checks, having to choose which one you want, which one you're comfortable with, how much is cheaper. Same thing with how meeting up. You know, we have to schedule a time. Can we meet up at that time? How much do we have to pack? Where will we meet up? How long can we stay? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
All we'd have to do
You know,
is.
it's the same.
all we'd
It's the
have-
same thing with streaming. Like,
Lane is
okay,
now in the Seafoam Islands.
It's the same thing with streaming. It's like, okay, you can stream, but that would mean you would have to not only have to have a budget of what you can.
I'm
how
running a
much you
gym
can
here in
spend.
this cave.
You have to have a budget of how much data you can stream. You know, how much of the game library you're gonna fill up.
Yeah,
what
like
kind
I
of
have
games
a-
you're gonna fill up.
Yeah,
You know,
I have
I'd
a
like-
1 terabyte a month data cap here. So, if I was like streaming a AAA game, and I'm running it at like 60 FPS 1080p, or even 720p 60, like that's a lot of fucking data. Or, you know what I could do? Download it to my hard drive, or, buy a fucking disc and play it like that.
That's
All
another
right,
thing,
let's
people
see
don't
if I
do.
can take
Physical
on
media
Norman.
is forever. Buy Laserdisc.
Laserdisc.
So yeah, Netflix is gonna take a shit with this new gaming platform if they're not careful.
Oh my god.
Moving-
Oh my god, I one-shotted all of Blaine's fucking Pokemon.
Wow.
Hang on, I didn't get a good look at this guy earlier. That is clearly Gerald Robotnik. Gerald Robotnik escaped his execution at the hands of Gun and fled the Sonic world to become a Pokemon master.
That is hilarious.
You know the funny. Somebody ended up.
I guess that's confirmation. Shadow's a Pokemon.
Somebody who follows me on Twitter, or has said like has been watching the Sonic X anime, and it's interesting to find out that that it's like we have Eggman's reaction to finding out. Wait, I'm actually from this world.
You couldn't figure that out by the fact that all of your fucking all the people who live on the other world are animals, and you're the only human that we've seen.
Well, aside from all the humans from the world with that character that nobody likes for good reason.
I'm talking about on Sonic's on
I know,
Mobius or
I
whatever
know,
the hell
I
it's
know.
called.
I know. You know, weirdly enough, in Pokemon Emerald, Norman has a far more varied team of normal type Pokemon to face you with. Because in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, he only has 2 Slacking.
Okay, so I need to go to Viridian.
So after you beat Blaine, go to Viridian City and then challenge Blue.
Okay.
Which, by the way, Blue has a variety of Pokemon at his disposal. He doesn't just have he doesn't just stick to one type.
Well,
So-
that's Gary in a nutshell for you.
Have you guys already talked about the DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and
Yeah,
Violet?
Vaguely.
yeah.
I didn't really
Sonic
care
and,
since I don't
yeah, Sonic ended up
I
bringing
haven't
that
played
up.
that.
There is some Mario movie news though.
What?
Specifically the 1993 Mario movie, and how
Oh
it's
yeah,
coming
there's a 4K remaster. Yeah.
back, and it's coming back to theaters.
Only in Japan at the moment, though.
Right, but it's still something. I
Hey,
can
that
already
is
hear them.
something.
In commemoration of the upcoming 30th anniversary, on September 15th, Crunchyroll reports that Japan is set to mark the occasion with a celebratory screening of the 4K re-release of the Super Mario Brothers movie. This movie, known in Japan as Super Mario, Goddess of the Demon Empire, that's quite a name, will hit cinemas there, providing audience a chance to revisit the cult classic. Japanese data and information company Oricon has a neon-flicked poster worth checking out, even if you aren't in Japan and can't make it out for a screening. The film, starring Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo as the iconic Plumber siblings, still occupies a polarizing but important place in video game cinematic history. Debuting in 1993, it took an unexpected turn by placing the Mario Brothers in the lively and distinct universe of Dino Hatton, a parallel realm inhabited by humanoid descendants of dinosaurs. Samantha Mathis played Princess Daisy, while Dennis Hopper portrayed President Koopa. Despite initial criticism, the movie's lasting charm has resulted in a global fan base for what still stands largely as a cult hit. The newer Mario movie hasn't been without its detractors. Yeah, fuck him. Leguizamo, who played Luigi in the film opposite Hoskins' Mario, told IndieWire that casting the voices of Chris Pratt and Charlie Day as the Mario brothers feels going backwards, their Italian dumbass. The animated movie caused a stir with Pratt's involvement after the first teaser was released, with the most fans citing there's no element of the character showing through. Leguizamo critiques that the casting of the brothers doesn't include a person of color. Fuck off. It should be noted that Hoskins was English, playing an Italian man. Leguizamo is Colombian, who was also playing an Italian man. Hopper was American and was playing a dinosaur. Yes, yeah, even the news is trying to tell Leguizamo to get screwed.
Okay, I finally beat Norman.
Shit. In weird news,
right.
Zam 2's Zachary Levi says you should stop watching garbage Hollywood movies.
Yeah, I mentioned that earlier. Or that
Oh,
you know,
did?
you're
Okay.
in garbage Hollywood movies, Zach.
Yeah.
Oh, looks like Jujutsu Kaisen is getting crossover skins on Fortnite.
Yep.
Do any of them use guns?
No.
Then why the fuck are they there?
Why was Goku there?
Yeah, that's my question. Why are a lot of these characters?
Why
here if
are
none
any of the
these
My Hero
pylons?
Academia characters there?
I feel
Why
like
are
if
any
you
of the
only- if you
Naruto
are-
characters there?
Because stupid fan service. This is this is an example. People want to point at the titties that go jiggling around in a lot of anime, saying that's stupid fan service. Nah,
by the
this
way,
is stupid fan service right here. I
what
don't wanna
about
see
what
Naruto
about
with a gun.
Chun-Li's massive ass
That's good fan service. They're trying to make her sexy.
in
That's good fan
Fortnite?
service.
Chun-Li's massive ass was in Fortnite.
That makes sense because she's a police officer, and it's well known that she's done some firearm training. She took third place in a shooting competition, so it makes more sense to have Chun-Li there than it does Ryu.
Sober Chun-Li outshoots drunk Batwoman any day of the week.
Balrog, Chun-Li, and Guile, Charlie, maybe M. Bison, with a big, fat, italicized and underlined maybe M. Bison can be in there. Those are the
Psycho
characters,
Bullets!
those are the characters that make sense to have in there. I say Balrog because the live-action movie. I don't know what else to say.
Quick, change the channel.
Oh, and Cammy too.
Guys, here's something I never expected. I'm tired, so for the first time in several months, I have to leave the stream before you guys do.
Well, good night, buddy. I'm about to wrap it up anyways, I think.
Yep, I'm at a good place where I could do that as well.
Alrighty, well, see you guys. See the two people who may be watching this.
There are actually 3 people watching right now, although one of them may be a bot. Julia,
Yeah.
are you a bot? Yes or no?
Possibly Bunker Bot.
Alright. Well, now I'm gonna end up wrapping things up. So...
Before we go, Kevin, and where do I need to go next so I can save the game there?
For Crystal, did you already beat a blue?
Yes.
Pallet Town. Go to Pallet Town, talk to Professor Oak, and then he'll let you go to Mount Silver. Or just warning, Red Ed's highest level Pokemon is level 81.
Well, I guess I'm going to have to grind up so I can be the very best, like no one ever was.
Catch him Betray Mr.
We
Cox.
can make an exception in your case, Slash. You've killed every Pokemon you came across. You didn't even have to. Current Pokedex completion level. 193 Pokemon seen, 32 Pokemon owned. I'm not going to catch them all. I don't care right now.
Yeah.
And so how do I get to Mount Silver from here?
Go left of Viridian City. Go through the entrance you used to get to the Victory Road area. Then go left there.
Okay. Okay. So I'm going to transport to Viridian, and then save the game, and call it a day. Oh, hang on. Can I just go to the Indigo Plateau and go south?
You'd have to go through Victory Road.
Is that a bad thing?
You do realize... Do you want to go through the dungeon in reverse?
I mean, if I can, it seems like it'd be shorter.
Well, since...
And I might be able to...
Not really,
Would I be able to grind there? Okay.
You wouldn't be able to get useful grinding done there. You'd be able to get useful grinding done on the route before Mount Silver. And in Mount Silver itself. Also, Mount Silver is the only place in the game where you can find a Larvitar.
Huh. So I just head east out of here, huh?
Viridian City?
Yeah.
No, you head west.
Oh,
Head
west, right.
West from Viridian City, and you keep going.
I go to
west.
the left.
Yes. West from Viridian City, and you keep going left. Well, anyway, I'm gonna sign off, so... Toodles.
Bubba.
Oh, there we go. We're in the right place now.